You got pitted?
He grabbed me, tossed me. Is that Ellie? I'm scared, man. I've been told I got pipes. You know that? You agree? You think I got pipes?
Yeah, man, you're an excellent singer.
Amazing grace. Oh, it was pretty good.
How sweet the sound.
No, it's me, Will, and Luna. Hey.
Hey, come on, let's go inside.
Sorry, hold on. Give me 1 sec.
You getting your notes ready or what?
Yeah.
Stressed pepper.
Sorry, I just need to refresh a little bit.
It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
James, I think your dog broke the computer.
Hey, James.
Has anyone seen my service dog?
Yeah, it's right there, behind you.
Whoa, close the niche. Wake up, sleepyhead. We've got a murder trial.
Yeah, we actually do have a murder trial.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I think I just really enjoy giving blowjobs.
Hello.
Pretty good.
Hi.
Lunar, thank you. Sorry, I'm just
No,
looking
it's
through notes and
okay.
shit, guys, so just give me a sec.
She's just sleeping.
Service dog looking up some treats.
Come on, Cleo.
She went to get some food. Not at the desk.
Sub alert, I didn't change anything. I said I was gonna do the audio and shit, I haven't done shit. Alright, let's go in.
Is there a cow in here?
Oh.
That is no way to speak about.
Hey, James.
Why is there a cow in here?
James, you can't bring the cow in.
Well, it is my service dog. Don't worry.
Oh, can we allow service animals, Your Honor?
I can't have my phone,
All
but he
right,
can have a
bring
whole
him in.
cow.
Bring him
It is a
in.
service dog.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I can't have
Not
my
bad,
phone,
fella.
but he can have a cow.
Yeah,
helps
why are you
me-
complaining,
you don't-
She
lady?
helps me get around.
You don't use your...
You're being ableist, lady. That's his service animal.
Yeah, that's a service
Anything
animal.
we
You
need-
don't
hey,
use your
you
phone
guys
as a
are-
service
Thank you
phone.
for the case.
What if I have anxiety,
Absolutely,
and
sir.
so when I feel
Fantastic,
anxious, I look at my
fantastic.
phone.
Talk to the
Then
judge.
just get a cow.
Hello.
Duh.
Anything we need to talk
Hey,
about?
hello.
Yeah, pre-trial. We're gonna immediately go to
What, you
pre-trial.
on this side or on the other side? Whose side are you on?
Just basically say what Mercy said to you, that
More
you know,
good.
they talked at jail. They talked at jail,
To
and they talked
burn in prison.
before the bail trial happened, or after the bail trial happened.
Well, you're gonna have to wait, sir.
I don't know who Ollie
Alright.
is. Though,
Yeah,
so-
yeah. It's basically just say what Mercy
You
said,
have
and
to
we'll.
wait a pretty
He'll
long
go out
time
swinging. We'll
because
go out
he's
swinging. Everybody will swing at each other.
proven guilty.
Yeah, I'm down to swing.
All right.
All right.
Good one.
Are you still shocked, James? I'm sorry. It's like bad murder too. It's not like good murder.
Oh my god.
Very bad
That's
I'm
a
murder.
sorry. I'm
good
sorry,
murder.
James.
It's
Hi,
okay.
Rose.
It's alright.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
get to the bottom of this.
let's
I
work together.
understand. Here, I'm gonna
Teamwork
pat you on the
makes
back.
the dream work.
Oh, thank
There,
you.
there, there, there. I'm glad you brought your service animal. Just keep it at an arm's length, okay?
Pat me on the back again.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh!
Oh,
Stop!
I'm sorry.
That's elder
Stop.
abuse. Elder abuse. Arrest that man.
Are you okay? Can you move?
I feel fine.
Oh,
I feel
okay. All right, cool.
fine.
I'm glad.
Yeah, can't wait.
Mercy, we might need you on standby though.
That's fine. What do you?
I think I might have just broken this old man's back.
I feel fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's fine.
He's
It's
good.
only his shoulder you have to worry about.
I touched his shoulder.
James, is your shoulder okay?
Come on, fuck house.
All right, team,
I
you
didn't
ready for
know.
this?
How do you know that? Never read a book by its cover or whatever.
Yeah, fuck houses. What of it?
What the hell?
That's not what I said. What?
What did you say?
I said I called him fuck house because his last
Well,
name is
look, Twitter.
Funkhauser. Yeah,
Well,
I
Twitter,
seen.
what
I
they-
seen. You said you were
Yeah,
gonna fuck
fuck
this
houses.
house.
Huh?
Yeah, he said
You're
he
a house
fucked
fucker
houses.
too?
No, I'm not a
No,
fucker of
no, I've
houses.
never fucked
I'm
a house.
no. Never. When did you say fuck house?
Is
Is
that
that-
right?
oh,
Never
what's
seen
You
it.
are done for
hey,
a
what's
while.
up, man? Yeah, I can't wait.
Great man.
team
I can't
coming this
wait.
evening.
Hey, I'm ready.
Yeah, I think Chalk is on his way, and then
Rudy, yes.
yeah.
There's a couple of house
Clear,
fuckers.
I'm not too sure. She said maybe, probably.
Okay.
Clear's on her way. Okay, then that leaves Cooper, and I think Cooper is on duty.
I have
Paddling around and fucking houses.
That's me.
Right here.
Okay, hi.
So we're just waiting on
people.
Cooper and Chalk.
You guys dress so fancy.
I know. I always
I
trans
want to look
fancy.
fancy.
Why are you here? Get on the other side. Get out of here.
Wait,
I
wait,
wanted
wait.
to pet the
All I need
cow.
is
I don't
just
care.
that,
Get
like,
outta here.
that
Cow.
necklace.
Fuck
That
you,
should be-
Cross. You suck.
Okay.
Fuck you,
Oh,
Why is
Robo.
Oh
Jane?
my God.
Eh.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. All right. All right, we're just missing Cooper. Is
He's watching.
Cooper on duty still?
Hey, Ezra, I'm gonna have to ask you to do something.
Okay.
You're gonna have to make sure that.
Okay.
You're gonna have to-
Can't hear it.
you're gonna have to- Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Forget it.
Oh.
Forget it.
I'm forgetting, man. I don't even
I
know
was
what
gonna
this
say.
go- I don't know
I was
what's
gonna
going
say
on,
you're
man.
gonna have to check and make sure that Murphy Braun hasn't stuck his arm up Rudy's ass and he's being puppeted right now. Because the way he was walking was real funky.
Not good.
Not good, Rudy. Not
Okay?
good.
You okay over there?
Oh, wait, you got something to say, huh? All right, I walk perfectly normal, okay?
Sure, Chalk.
The last time
sure.
someone tried to shove their arm up their ass was fucking Slim.
Wait,
Walk
what?
to the lady statue
Why
in
did
the
you
back.
tell us that? Why did you
Let's
tell
see.
us that?
Let's
Please
see
don't
how
tell us
normal
that.
You would
that Gant is. Galt? What's the word for walking? Gant?
Huh?
Gates? Gates, right?
No.
Gate,
I mean,
not gate.
people say I'm really sassy when I
Yeah.
walk.
Gallivant.
Gallivant?
No.
Cunt.
Gallop?
Gate.
Graze?
It's gate.
I think
It's not Gape.
No, Gait. Gate.
You mean
Gay?
It's gate. Not you're talking
Not
gate.
gay.
No,
Not
not
gay.
gay. I'm not saying
Gay.
gay.
Not gay.
I'm gay.
Congrats.
You're welcome.
What do you mean you're welcome? You turn him gay?
But how do you know, though? Like, how do you know?
I don't know.
We're gonna be over here on your left, Ellie.
Fuck.
Ollie, I hope you fucking rot for what you've done.
Jesus, James, stop.
You're a monster.
James,
You're a
James,
monster.
stop.
You need to calm
stop,
down,
stop,
James.
Stop.
Love you guys.
Jesus Christ,
Are
James.
they pushing the death penalty?
Okay, it's all right.
It's gonna be okay,
Randall.
James. We're gonna get justice.
Oh wait, I shouldn't have touched his shoulder. I touched his shoulder again.
Quit touching him.
The cow's
You
the
need
cow's
the
right
service
here,
animal. Bring
James.
his
The cow.
over to him. Bring
The
his
cow.
closer.
Someone move his cow.
Why?
Move
We're
a
comfortable.
cow, it's
Aziz,
huge.
move the-
Ooh,
Aziz
oh,
was fucking
damn.
riding it.
I feel better.
That
All
makes
right,
me feel
good.
better too.
Yeah, do a couple more and I'll feel real good here.
Rudy, look what you did to James. What's wrong with you?
Rudy.
Hey, Ezra, you ready? Who am I? Who am I? Objection. Objection.
Okay.
It's gonna be me in 5 minutes.
Objection. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I?
Shit, that could be anyone, man. I'm gonna give it a
Objection.
guess.
I'm getting angry now, so I'm gonna
Ooh,
object even more.
Uh-oh.
Objection.
Oh,
Objection.
Oh my God.
Objection.
Oh,
Who am
shit,
I?
he's
Come on,
getting
you know who
angry.
I am.
Is it Braun?
Yup, got it.
Oh!
Hey! Fuck Riv. Honestly, he should go to jail too, piece of shit.
Yeah, you think at this point this would just be like
prosecution defense. Are we missing anybody
objection?
Cooper still,
No, I do
right?
not believe so.
You know,
I
want
do not
Cooper
believe
here.
so, Your Honor.
Okay.
Let's
We
get
have
to
a
the table.
pre-trial motion waiting on the floor. Let's deal with it before we call this into session. What's going on?
All right. You want to do it, Cross?
Nope.
Okay, I'll do it. Fantastic. All right. The prosecution has belief and has witness evidence that Murphy Braun, in before representing his client, the defendant, that he spoke to one of our witnesses about her charges that were being once pressed at the time and now not being pressed, and decided to make a decision to represent the defendant based off of that information.
Your Honor, it is my position, to the best of my knowledge, that I have never actually directly discussed the case with Dr. Moon. I was reached out to by a number of third parties on various people's behalf in this
He literally
case,
told us.
which, given the motion currently being put against me, leads me to believe that it was an
She
attempt to
literally
pollute
told
any
us.
attorneys from representing the defendant here.
Okay,
They
I'm
talked
gonna
about
ask
it in
the
full at
direct
Bolingbrook.
questions. Okay, Funkhauser, do you have any evidence that Murphy Braun was ever retained by the witness?
We do not have evidence that he was retained, but he was going to work in her defense for the bail hearing. He showed up immediately after, and as well as he spoke to her before at Bolingbrook Penitentiary, where we have several witness testimonies that can corroborate that.
Braun, did you speak to her at Bolingbrook?
Not to the best of my recollection. Is it possible? Potentially, but it was so long ago, and everyone was reaching out to me about that case, which is why I said to heck with it, Your Honor, and didn't really follow up with anyone.
Also, I'll be straight up with you, Funkhauser.
A little bit
I
higher back
presided
there.
over that bail hearing. I gave clear instructions that as this was going to be my case, nobody referred to anything to do with this case. No evidence was to be discussed. So I know in that bail hearing itself, nothing was litigated that should be of any sense other than whether or not Dr. Moon was A, a flight risk, or B, a continued risk to society. That is all that was discussed at that bail hearing. Nothing pertinent to this case.
Gotcha. Thank you, Your Honor, for the clarification. I wasn't there at the bail hearing. I wasn't aware.
Doesn't matter. If he's just gonna feign ignorance,
You
there's
have
nothing we
anything
can do because we don't have
specific that
hard.
you believe would actually taint this case going forward, Funkhauser? Or can this man facing possibly the death penalty today have his retained counsel?
Your Honor, I do think that it's a bit of a hindrance that he retained as much information as possible from Mercy before seeking to represent the defendant. I do think that that is enough of a hindrance in its own. And like I said, we do have multiple witness statements, all confirming that Braun was there speaking to the witness at the time at Bolingbrook when they were at once
Any
pending
of those
charges.
people here to give testimony today?
Yeah, we have Mercy, the defendant could corroborate. Who else, Cross?
Bunny, Blake, Pixie, and Braun.
Bunny, that would be Sabbath Cohen, former mayor.
I don't think none of them are here though.
I don't believe that the youth. I thought you said we're going to be there.
They were
They
gonna
are
hope,
not
but
here
they're not.
today.
They should be coming.
Okay, they're on their way, Your Honor. Bunny,
Yes, I get
they're
it. Unfortunately, none have been added as witnesses. So I'll hear from Dr. Moon and that's it.
Okay.
So, Dr. Moon, can you step up, please?
Yes.
Okay, can you approach the podium?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your left hand for me, please?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear and affirm that testimony you're about to give this cause the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury? So help you wayward.
I do.
Okay, thank you. Did you ever have face-to-face conversations with Councillor Braun?
Yes, sir.
When?
I would have to look at my notes for the exact date, but I believe it was the day before I was released. We had spoken to him about him representing me at the bail the bail hearing that day. And we went through my entire statement of the situation, not just things covered for the bail trial. So even though that wasn't discussed, he was informed of it.
Did you retain him? Did he say he was going to be a lawyer for more than
He
the bail
said-
hearing?
He said that he would need to reach out for to see if he's conflicted, because by this point he had already spoken to Ali but chose to speak with me anyway. He said he would be reaching back out after the bail hearing to see if you considered him conflicted. He didn't, so we went on with a different lawyer. And then we're here.
Okay. Ron, do you have any recollection of this at all?
Yeah, Your Honor, I don't recall everything that happened. All I recall is that everybody involved in this case was reached out to me at once, and I did not want to deal with it anymore after a certain point.
Was there any notion of a combined defense, like representing both sides at once?
I don't know. Your Honor, I was irritated and busy with other things, and I only reconnected with this case when it became evident Mr. Adams was at the late hour not having any legal representation. So you know,
I will to be completely as frank and forthright as I possibly can be. Mr. Adams was having problems retaining any attorney at all. I asked the entire Department of Justice for somebody to step up as a public defender. Councillor Braun was one of the first to do so, him and Garcia. Like, he stepped up at the request of the judiciary.
Your Honor, may I add that I am absolutely in agreement that if there is any conflict that can be substantiated, I will happily step aside. I don't frankly recall the specifics.
Okay.
But this could very well have happened, and
Okay.
I will cooperate with
yeah,
whatever.
we're just starting.
Right. Do you have any objections, Funkhauser, if I allow Braun to operate as a senior attorney for the two juniors he has with him today?
Yeah, in a guiding position. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Sure.
Right. Then we're going to do that. Braun, step aside. You've got two other attorneys with you present. Just oversee, provide guidance. Are you okay with that, Mr. Adams?
Okay.
Are you happy with Garcia and Cartwright?
Yeah, we're fine with that.
Fantastic. Mask off in the courthouse.
You can agree
sir.
to that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, great. We've come to a conclusion. Fantastic. Pre-trial motion's been dealt with. Thank you, Dr. Moon. You may step back.
All right.
Thank you.
Better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah. At least we got something out of it.
I mean, if he's just gonna say he can't remember shit, there's nothing we could do.
Prosecution ready, proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. We're ready for
Defense
opening.
ready to proceed.
Yes, we're ready for opening.
It is the 5th of September, 2022. This is the People versus Ali Adams. The statement of charges reads: on the 2nd of August 2022, Senior Deputy Chris Cross and Deputy Rudy Chalk apprehended a suspect by the name of Paul Rovia. Paul Rovia was shot down and needed medical. At this point in time, EMT Ali Adams arrived to treat the suspect. Following the apprehension and the medical treatment on the scene itself, Paul Rovia was brought to Viceroy, where he denied medical after being treated by Nancy for a leg wound. Paul Rovia denied any further treatment and was in a conscious state of mind. At this point in time, Mercy Moon, who knew Ali Adams had a vendetta against Paul Rovia, was requested to leave the room by AEMT Ali Adams, who had admitted to officers he wanted to shoot Paul Rovia. And once Ali Adams had left the room, Paul Rovia had died. CPR was performed upon Paul Rovia. However, it ended up being fruitless. Once officers were done receiving medical themselves, they were informed that Paul Rovia had been pronounced dead due to blunt force trauma to the head. Ali Adams, stand. Okay, Mr. Adams. I need you to enter a plea into this court of guilty or not guilty.
Short gang.
On the charge of first-degree murder, how do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
The court has noted
Short
a
king.
plea of not guilty. The prosecution, headed by
This is
the
a bench
Unified
trial or
Police
like a full
Department,
trial?
is requesting 15 years in prison, 15 years of parole, and a $500,000 fine for the charge you are facing today, sir. However, this is a capital level offense, and at judicial discretion, you can
And now he's
face
stuck with
to
me.
either life in prison with or without the possibility of parole, or the death penalty.
Oh, shit.
Okay, let's proceed. When you are ready, prosecution, opening statements.
Yes, Your Honor. Mind if I stand right here? Is
Let's
this
go.
Absolutely, the floor is yours, sir.
All right.
Alrighty. Hello, Your Honor, and people of the court. Today, the prosecution seeks to remove the corruption that inhibits its people. This same corruption that turns into rage and later into protection for state employees who commit heinous crimes. This case is no exception, as the defendant is here accused of first-degree murder for his actions at the time of the murder scene of Paul Rovia. That being his own workplace, where he's qualified to help the members of his community, regardless of his judgments. Today, the prosecution seeks to end this shameless nature that plagues the people of Los Santos and the unfortunate sake of the victim, Mr. Paul Rovia. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Well said, well said.
Okay, defense, who's up?
I am. I apologize if it's a little long-winded, but I'm used to long openings.
Give me my water. I'm about
No
to,
problem,
I'm about to
Counsel Cartwright. The
Let
floor is
your,
yours.
let your nuts hang, player.
Let's go, man.
Today we're going to hear testimony that tries to pin the most heinous of crimes against a good and honest doctor.
You know,
A
it's
doctor
so
who has consistently
disgusting
been serving this
that this
community
guy has
while
gone
dealing
around
with
and
being held
bragged
up by
to Pilvis
terrorists
about
in
killing
his own
somebody.
place
Like,
of
it's
work.
insane, dude.
A charge of first-degree murder requires the highest standard of burden on the prosecution to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that a person intentionally murdered the victim. This means that they must prove to the court that there is no reasonable reason to believe that the victim died of his own injuries, which brought him to the hospital, and that there is no doubt that the defendant did it. This case hinges on one witness's testimony. A witness whom you will hear through this trial has self-interest in framing the entire situation on Ollie
Can't
Adams,
eject though,
and
please.
yet all of the
Shit,
motive
okay.
to commit the crime. According to this one biased individual, the defendant was the last one in the room with the victim. That is it. This same person,
That's false.
self-interested to ensure that her own name did not get charged with murder, performed an autopsy on the deceased victim. An autopsy that is clearly ripe with accusations while attempting to clear her own name. The real reality of this case is simple. Paul Rovia took someone hostage, and in that process, he was in a car accident, one that is mentioned in report number 53036. He was then shot by police and required additional medical treatment. Mercy Moon was the first person to treat this patient. The same Mercy Moon that appears on Paul Rovia's quote-unquote hit list. Someone with past history with this man. The victim went so far as attempting to deny that doctor's treatment because of probably this past history. The defendant then stepped in and attempted
What
to
the hell? She's still going.
provide medical
These are
and
supposed to be like
identified
a
that he had
They're
blunt
just
force
pulling the
trauma,
blame Mercy, huh?
to which appeared to have been because of that car accident, and he had a gunshot wound to his leg. The defendant was with the patient alone for all of 10 seconds, all of which he spent attempting to save the life of the patient, whom did not make it. There is nothing but the testimony of one interested party to state otherwise, and nothing to show that the defendant had any part in the victim's death. Mercy Moon then performed an autopsy. Again, an interested party involved in the entire incident who had her own potential to harm the victim
That was not
performed
good,
such
by
a
the way.
vital
Just so
aspect
you
of
know,
this
that was
case.
not good.
We didn't
Mercy Moon then
expect her to be a
proceeded to
fucking...
send lifers to attack and
Finesse,
kill the
yeah.
defendant, showing her true colors as seen in report number 53517. While Paul Rovia might be viewed as the victim in this case,
I'm gonna try to get that,
another
all that
victim in
out.
this case is Ollie Adams,
I'm
an
gonna
upstanding
eject the
doctor
scope if they
and
even
citizen
mention
who did
the
nothing but
relationship
attempt to
Mercy had with,
render aid
the
to
Rovia
the
guy.
victim who died
Sweat
from
it up.
causes not of the defendant's doing. And the defense plans to show that
Am I right?
to
Yes,
you
sir.
here
Show me the
today.
light.
Yeah, scope.
Okay, close.
Thank you, Counselor. Are we ready to proceed with our first witness prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, who are we calling?
At this time, the prosecution calls Dr. Mercy Moon up to the stand.
Okay. Judge Winters, would you like to swear in Dr. Moon?
Swing that big old thing, Ezra. Swang it.
Let him know.
Don't
Let
make
him
me
hang.
laugh.
Show him what's really fucking good.
I'll take that silence as a no. Okay, Dr. Moon, raise your left hand. Do this again, for real. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you are about to give this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury? So help you, Airborne.
I do.
Okay, you've been sworn in, and the witness is yours.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
Hello, Miss Mercy Moon. How are you doing?
It's just me.
Good, how are you?
Sounds like he's ready to go in.
All right. Could you state your name and profession for us?
Dr. Mercy Moon, I am an attending doctor with the Los Santos Medical Group.
All right. And how long have you been a doctor?
I'm just here to observe.
Somewhere between 1.5 to 2 years. I didn't really keep track.
Gotcha. All right. Well, were you on duty on August 2nd, 2022?
August 2nd?
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
Did you receive a patient named Paul Rovia while you were on duty?
There was a patient named Paul Rovia, yes.
All right. And what did he? What was he wearing?
I couldn't tell you.
You don't remember?
I don't recall, no.
All right, that's all right. All right. And what did he say to you?
I think his words were, "Oh, not you." And I said, "Yeah, not me, but I can treat you." And we went to the back.
All right. And when you went to the back, what happened next?
I got him in the bed and he declined medical treatment.
All right. And in your expert medical testimony, when a patient refuses medical treatment from you, what happens next?
We are not supposed to touch them, treat them. It is one of those things where essentially they're saying our services are not wanted and we are not to interfere with that.
All right, perfect. And did that happen for Mr. Rovia?
Did I interfere after he said no?
No. When he said, when he said to deny medical, did you take those steps?
I did not treat him. He was treated by Nancy.
All right,
So
perfect.
I allowed him to refuse medical.
All right. What was Mr. Rovia treated for?
He had a GSW to the leg, and that was the only thing that was brought to my attention.
All right. And who treated them?
Nancy treated Paul Rovia.
Gotcha. All right. And then what happened after Mr. Rovia was treated by the local doctors?
Ollie walks into the ER. Mr. Rovia says to Ollie, "I'm ready to go. You can take me." Ollie asked me to leave the room. I'm assuming that he's taking Mr. Rovia to the officers because at this point the officers hadn't shown up. I start walking back to the lobby and I checked my phone near OR1 and noticed Ollie had ran by. He didn't have
right.
Mr. Rovia. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you there real quick. Just to answer this question. When did the defendant enter emergency room? Was it after your treatment? Can you give me like an approximate minutes after?
Maybe like a minute after Paul Rovia declined medical treatment.
Gotcha. All right. And in your expert medical testimony, are EMS involved in the medical treatment process for being in the ER?
Usually just in the beginning. It depends on the EMS. We have had problems with EMS in the past trying to stay throughout the entire treatment.
Gotcha. And when? And give me a time frame again. When did you leave the ER?
I was only in the ER for a matter of minutes because at that point he's declining medical. He doesn't need my help with anything. He's already been treated. Technically, he's not a patient of mine.
All right. And what was the defendant wearing? What was Mr. Ali over there? What was he wearing?
He was wearing his EMS uniform.
Anything
Um,
specific?
Not that I recall.
Gotcha. All right. And how far did you leave from the ER? Were you able to see the ER room, the door?
I got to about OR1 to like where the laboratory is. So,
Okay,
like,
so you were
halfway
still
back
able to
the
see the
lab-
door.
Right,
Gotcha. All right. And but you weren't able to see the patient.
right.
All right. Did you see the defendant leave the ER?
I did.
Did you see anybody else leave the ER?
No one had gone in or out from what I've seen.
Perfect. And when you returned to the ER, what did you see?
I saw Mr. Rovia in the bed, bleeding pretty profusely from his head, and he wasn't breathing.
All right. And what did you treat him for?
Well, I began CPR in that moment to see if I could get his heartbeat back or get him breathing. I continued doing CPR until the officers arrived.
All right. And as you continued CPR. What is CPR? What does CPR do?
Chest compression. So we're hoping that we can restore any sort of heart rhythm. And so with that, we're essentially simulating the heartbeat, right? So you do 30 pumps and then a breath, 2 breaths, 1 breath. And then essentially the brain can only go so long without oxygen. So there's a point where you get to the fact that even if this person does regain heartbeat, even if they are breathing, they're brain dead at that point.
Gotcha. And so in your expert medical testimony, when you perform CPR, you're attempting to revive them
Yes, sir.
from being brain dead, correct?
Well, at that point, it was just the fact that he wasn't breathing and his heart wasn't beating. We hadn't gone through any of the testing to see what the severity of the blunt force trauma to the head was.
Understood. All right. And was Mr. Rovia considered deceased by yourself at the time?
After about 5 to 10 minutes of CPR, yeah, I called the time of death.
All right. So about 5 to 10 minutes CPR, you called the time of death.
Yes, sir.
All right. And did you conduct the autopsy on Mr. Rovia?
I had spoke with police and they asked if an autopsy could be done. So I did the autopsy.
Gotcha. And did Mr. Rovia die of his injuries sustained after his initial treatment?
Yes, sir. So when I did the autopsy, I wanted to check the gunshot wounds to the leg just to make sure that the arteries were intact, that there wasn't any damage that Nancy had missed. And Nancy had actually done a great job on the leg. It was all new damage to the head that killed him.
All right. And so what is the overall conclusion of the autopsy? What was the definitive thing that killed the victim?
A blunt force trauma to the head. Essentially, his skull was crushed in.
Apologies. And did you note anything specific on the body?
There were blue glove fragments in the head, like for medical glove. And I thought that was odd because I had been wearing white gloves. Besides that, it was pretty normal for a blunt force trauma case.
There's 390 come, I think Gunner.
Gotcha. You said you've been a doctor for 2 years, correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen, how many times have you seen EMS wear blue gloves when they're on duty?
I believe they have the same option as us where we can wear white or blue. So it's just personal preference.
Okay. I don't think I have much else unless one of my counsel does. If not, we can go to cross or counter.
Just make sure to reiterate that he had no head wounds
Okay.
when he walked in.
Anybody else from the prosecution want to step forward and ask some questions?
I just have one question.
Go ahead.
Okay, step forward.
Dr. Moon, did Paul Rovia enter the ER with any wounds to his head at all?
Not that I'm aware of. No, there was no obvious wounds to his head.
Okay, thank you.
About talking to Ali and him his aggression to Paul?
She would be laying that. That wouldn't be her area.
Oh, okay.
because, Yeah.
Okay, we're good on here.
Anybody
We're good
else,
with
or are we
her?
moving over to cross-examination?
I believe we're good to move to cross, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense, when you are ready.
Good afternoon. What is your experience with the victim, Paul Robia?
Your Honor, objection beyond the scope.
That's fine. We've requested her as a witness of our own, so we can always do the semantics of letting her go back and come back up.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Then I will proceed. Otherwise, you stated in
dick
your testimony
swing.
that Ollie Adams was the last one in the room with the victim and that there was no one else in there, correct?
Correct.
But then you proceeded to enter the room alone after that, correct?
I noticed Ollie had left the room without the patient, so I just went to see if the patient was still in there, and he was.
And you have no other witnesses that could have
Why are they asking her?
testified to the
No clue.
state
Let
of
it go.
the
They
victim
can
at
kill
that
them-
time.
they-
It
they
was,
can
it was
kill
only you
themselves.
that entered the room.
Only the police who
Objection
came in
relevance.
afterwards
Can I
who
say
saw
that?
me doing
Tell me I
CPR.
can say it, Ezra.
No.
I'll let you know when you
And
say it.
how long
Just tell me-
after
okay,
you had
just
entered
say
the
my name.
room
Miss
and you had
Big
been doing
Chalk
CPR
walks up there and
did
goes,
the police enter?
Yeah, he was the only one in there.
Maybe 2-3 minutes. It took a while for the officers to get there.
Okay. And how long was it between you exiting after Ollie had said that you could leave and you coming back in?
Objection confusing?
How
Yeah,
long
but-
was it's okay, I can just restate. How long was Ollie in the room alone with the patient?
Probably about a minute.
Your Honor, the victim obviously caved in his own skull.
We rest for this, but we
Ooh,
plan to
I'm treating
obviously
them rough.
recall her for a witness for us.
Okay. Do you want to redirect on anything that was asked?
No, Your Honor, I think we're good on redirect. I think I'm assuming she's been recalled, yes?
She has been marked for recall, and she was entered as a witness for the defense as well.
All right. And yeah,
Okay.
we have no further questions.
Okay, thank you for the time being. Dr. Moon, you may step down.
Thank
Don't
you.
go
Do
anywhere.
I just get asked questions or do I have to give testimony?
Thank you.
You
Okay,
just
prosecution.
keep your testimony in hand because I'm asking you questions that will lead to the testimony.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can ask questions in real court cases.
All right. At this time, Your Honor, we would like to call our next witness, which would be.
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh,
You
I'm
have
sorry.
other witnesses?
Yes, we do.
Do
They're
you?
on.
Where are
They're
they
also on.
mentioned? No. Stop. Where are they on my docket, sir?
They're on the prosecution team, sir. I didn't know that we needed to.
Where are they entered as witnesses, sir?
Learning court, by the way, guys. Learning court, by the way.
Oh.
It's a learning court, by the way.
You're right. You're right, Your Honor.
Murder
I-
one case, sir. Murder one case, and nobody entered a goddamn witness list, Funkhauser.
If I may, Your Honor.
No, you may not. I am beyond embarrassed and infuriated by this. Do you understand this man's life is on the line? And somebody actually died here. And you did not enter a witness list. You entered one witness, Dr. Moon, alone.
Look, it's fine. We'll reference our recordings that we have listed in evidence.
Now, if you want to talk to me, let's talk.
Huh?
But you better have a goddamn good reason for what bullshit just occurred here.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's
I actually
pissed.
do. I was under the impression that anybody that is on the prosecution team or our. Oh, do you want me to go up there, Your Honor?
No, you can talk to me from where you
Okay.
are.
Nice. I was under the impression that anybody under the prosecution team or anyone here in the court that was called to was automatically being available to be called as a witness. That is how I remember it. I'm apologizing right here, right now, if that's not the way that it is done anymore. But that is the way that I had seen fit when I took my cases at Brown University for criminal justice.
When our prosecution service folded. When officers became prosecutors themselves and you were all granted bar licenses, the
Stupid
fact
idea,
that
by the
you
way.
enter as prosecution, as counsel,
Wait, do we have
does
bar
not
licenses?
automatically enter you into this
I don't know,
court
I guess we
as
can.
a
Yeah, we do.
witness to
Well, I
give
got a driving license
testimony.
automatically. I couldn't drive.
You literally, in the filing of this case, said witness list pending, and then never dealt with that. Now, this man, Ali Adams' life is on the line in this trial. You understand that now adding extra witnesses that aren't notified on the docket last minute during this court case, yeah, it's a possibility, right? But
I don't know.
you know how
I
prejudicial
don't
that is to
fucking
the
know this
defense
shit,
and
bro.
when this
Are you
man's
kidding
life is
me?
on the line.
Fuck that guy. We're
know
not
you
pushing
know
the
better,
death penalty.
Funkhauser.
That's on him. He's the one that's saying that it's up to the judge's jurisdiction.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor. And if
So
we
do you
we
have
can,
a motion to add witnesses?
yes, if you would like to hear it, we absolutely do.
Okay.
Bitch.
on the prosecution?
We would like to
I'll
motion to
fuck your
add
house.
Crisscross and Rudy Chalk to our witness list. Your
Where you
Honor.
want to go?
Okay, I'm
Fucking
assuming the
moron.
defense is going to have a very
No,
stringent
you're the
rebuttal
moron.
right now. So let's hear it.
That's
I'll
why you
give a
need
couple moments to
glasses.
compose yourself because
No,
you've just been
you.
sprung a nice little surprise,
Ouch,
right?
fucker over there.
Yeah, no,
You
they,
really
they have
fucked this
absolutely
one.
any time to react.
What the
Your
hell?
Honor.
I don't
What the
need
fuck,
your
how shall I-
permission.
That's fine, Your
Fuck
Honor.
this up.
Uh-huh.
That is true. He did fuck this up pretty hard.
Stupid bitch.
Oh my God! Listen, I've been under the impression this whole time
Ezra,
that
you don't have to explain yourself to me. I don't fucking know,
like,
dude.
I don't
mean,
care. I honestly,
Dude, I don't know anything.
I tried to call for a prosecutor. I tried to get a lawyer in the city to help me, but they're all conflicted. I'm sorry that me, a cop who has never gone to fucking goddamn court before, has to know everything that has to do with court. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't. It's fucking annoying as fuck.
yeah, this
But
is my
don't
first
worry,
case.
it's a
This is
learning.
my first
It's a
case.
learning court for
This
other
is my
people, but
first
not
case.
us.
You're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing
This is my
So
first case in,
Yeah, you're doing fine.
They had-
in this city.
I
to
thought the
enforce
same thing as you, to be honest with
48
you.
hours. Not only is it prejudicial
I thought
against
if
our
you're,
client,
you know, in
who
the
is
court
on
case, you're already a
trial for
technically a
his
witness.
life at this point. We also had no time or power to look into these people to be able to prepare some kind of line of questioning. There are statements already from one of them, at least, Crisscross, on the report. We are fine to go off that, considering that was entered in the appropriate time frame. But in a case of this magnitude, a murder one case, to enter in people last minute during trial is not agreeable or acceptable for us by any means, especially with the gravity that is placed on our client.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah, okay. One more time. What have you got for me?
Your Honor, keep in mind, this is my first case, period. This is also many of ours first cases in quite a very long time. If we expect for the juniors attorneys to get some amount of leniency, we also request that same amount of leniency. Like we said, it is our first times coming. Well, it's my first time coming back into the swing of this. And again, I was under the impression that we were perfectly okay to do this, and now that I'm hearing that it's not, I do deeply apologize. But yeah, like I said, if we can get the same amount of leniency as expected, we will have a much better case.
The old motion for Mulligan.
I would also like to add that yes, it is all three of our one of our first cases in this city, and I did make a very strong effort to get a prosecutor for this case. All of them were conflicted due to various reasons. I asked for multiple lawyers to put a request in through the proper channels. I know that I technically am allowed and I have a bar license to represent in court, but I am not a lawyer, and I'm just doing my best here. That's all I could fucking say, to be honest.
What, the participation trophy?
Don't
The
say
world's
fucker.
not fair.
My
young
apologies
man.
for swearing.
We have a rebuttal.
Absolutely.
Respectfully, ignorance and incompetence in the courtroom is not an excuse to be entering people in last minute.
Incompetency.
We, like I said,
Incompetency.
we all have started somewhere, but maybe a murder one case is not the time to be testing things out.
not the time to be learning
Who said?
on the fly. Our client's life is on the
Black
line
Ops said
again,
incompetency.
and incompetence
Oh,
and
no.
ignorance is not an excuse for trying to muddle that.
Can I stream objection or not yet?
I don't believe it's ignorance or incompetency. Me and Rudy Chalk were the ones that had this happen to us while we had Paul Rovia in custody. I didn't ask to be on this case. It's just the way the cards fell. I don't know what you want me to do.
Okay.
I tried to get a prosecutor.
I'm gonna ask very specific questions, right? Who posted the initial filing of this case? Put your hand up.
Was it?
Show me who did it.
Cooper.
It was Cooper.
Oh,
It
Mr.
wasn't
Randall, it
you,
wasn't
James
you.
Randall.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't you,
you.
It wasn't
Oh,
Randall. It was Rustin Cooper, Your Honor,
Okay.
who is currently sitting behind Rudy Chalk.
Okay. Cuba, when you put this forward and you put witness list pending, did you expect at some point to have to add a witness list?
Cooper isn't prosecuting. He just helped me with the fucking.
Yeah, I'm very confused what that
Um,
question is.
I'm not the one prosecuting, Your Honor. I am.
Just say
I
you
merely
helped
put
with
it
the
up there.
docket
You
case,
did
that's
the
it.
filing for people,
Nobody
right?
Yes, I did the
driving
filing.
car.
And yet I can't even file my own.
You did the filing. Did you do the filing in connection with anyone? Was there a conversation? Did you all get together and be like, hey, how does this work? How would you know to write pending witness list if the witness list wasn't pending? I'm confused. I didn't know what I was doing, but I still, formatted it all correctly.
No one said that Cooper didn't know what he was doing. But it's
I
not
don't
his
know
case.
what's going on.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to the other two judges present here. I'm gonna have a discussion. I'll come back with a ruling. Give me a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right.
Jesus fuck.
Jesus Christ, you guys fingled it up.
Fingled it up. You know what? You're right, man.
To be
Sorry.
honest with you, I didn't
Literally-
pay attention to the doc because I didn't give a shit anymore.
Let's be honest here. I'm gonna be very frank. Earlier in the city, I've read many case dockets from earlier in this city. Yeah, no, that was fine. That was okay. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. I don't know.
We lost our special prosecuting unit, and now all the onus is on us, even to a higher standard. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Learning court. Learning court.
They always
Just
do
suck
this.
my
They're
fucking
like,
dick,
oh,
bro.
Man, the bare minimum is so tough to expect any of us to remember to adhere to, so we should be excused all the time.
Oh, you fucking white-haired
It's
prick.
Hi,
that's
Braun.
their defense. It's just, I call it the mulligan defense. Oops, my bad. We'll catch it next time.
Boys, I had a little headache. I was gonna say, we don't need no witness. We
the
don't
old
need any of that
manana.
shit. Don't we have everything
old
listed in
manana.
evidence? The
I mean,
recordings,
no,
the interrogation?
Yes, but
Yeah, we don't
I feel like my testimony and Rudy specifically
Rudy's is
stating,
huge.
yeah, Rudy saying yes, he saw Ali go in there and leave by himself is
Without
extremely important.
without Cross and Rudy, this is at best second-degree murder. I feel, because we don't have with only Mercy and the evidence that we have, we only have an unlawful heat of passion killing. We don't have the premeditation that Ayub's finger was cut off by the victim, so he took it upon himself. We don't have the premeditation.
Yeah.
Hey, he did that shit. He did that shit. That's all that we know. He did that shit.
Well, yeah, everyone and their fucking mom knows this bozo did it.
He did that shit. He did that shit.
Yeah, I guess I'll have a fucking shit ton of shit to highlight in evidence then.
I'm over it already. Like, I knew it was just gonna be annoying bullshit. Like, this is why I don't want to be here.
It's so
This is
fun.
court. This is court.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
You gotta
as
wait
fuck.
through the bullshit to get what you need to get.
Let's just get rid of the fucking special prosecuting unit and hold all of us to be basically fucking lawyers, because Murphy Braun pulls out every fucking little thing in the book and just sits there with a smug look on his fucking little dork-ass face and just talks bullshit over and over again. Just talks circle around people like we actually have any idea what the fuck he's talking
Who are you
about.
trying to add?
We're trying to add Chris Cross and Rudy Chalk, both UPD.
Okay, I'm going to deny Rudy Chalk. There is nothing in the report
Automaki,
from
thank you for
him
the
that
19
defense
months.
would have
Jesus.
any opportunity at all to have any or knowledge, and it would be horribly prejudicial to add Mr. Chalk at this point. However, I'm going to allow
Wait, why is he denying
Deputy
it?
Cross to speak because
you didn't
he
have
does
anything in
have
the
a written
report.
statement
I'm
that
literally the one that
defense
started the
should be
report.
aware of and should be
You didn't
able
have
to
anything
ask
in
some
the report.
questions on.
That
Okay?
doesn't mean anything. I started it.
All right.
That's
Thank you very
the only
much.
compromise I'm offering at this time. I am not happy, sir. This shit can never happen again.
Understood, Your Honor. I'll understand that for my next case.
I won't. 'Cause I ain't coming
I'm
back.
about to get sent to jail. I'm about to talk mad shit to Grayson right now.
All right. Yeah. At this time,
Swing your
we
dick at the
we
end.
call across.
Yeah,
the
my
stand.
coffee, man.
I'm about to say,
forward, sir.
okay, I'm about to fucking pop off on.
Saren, Judge Winters, one of you want to swear this man in?
And go dick, Rudy.
Just gonna raise your left hand for me, sir. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony given today is the truth and the truth under penalty of perjury, so help me, Airborne?
I do.
All right, he's been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge Winters, and he's all yours.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you for the leniency. Hello, Chris Cross. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. Could you state your name and the profession for the record?
My name is Chris Cross. I'm a senior deputy for the Sonora Desert Sheriff's Office.
Okay, perfect. And were you on duty on August 2nd, 2022?
Yes.
All right. Did you respond to a call of an active pursuit with Deputy Rudy Chalk?
Yes.
All right. And what happened on that scene?
They were suspected of robbing a burger shot, or robbing Burger Shot, sorry. A pursuit ensued. Rudy called for backup. They were driving a white Coquette. I arrived. I believe I took primary. After a very short chase, their car flipped over on Bay City Avenue. Paul Rovia, who was the driver of the vehicle, exited and immediately began opening fire on myself. Me and Rudy were able to incapacitate him. The passenger, whose name slips me at the very moment, attempted to flip the car. After realizing Paul had been shot and incapacitated, began to run on foot and was apprehended by another officer.
All right, perfect. And yeah, this is just a follow-up question. So Mr. Paul Rovia was apprehended?
Yes.
Do you know by who?
Myself.
Perfect. And what did he have on his belongings?
I don't know exactly what he had in his pockets to the full extent. He had a pistol, and while he was on the ground, a pinky finger fell out of his pocket.
Oh, okay. A piggy finger. Do you know why? Did he explain why on scene?
Paul never told me why. He wasn't talking much immediately after being shot. I believe I know whose it was and why it was there, but I don't know if I'm...
No, that's fine. You can stop there. All right. Who was the responding EMS on that scene?
Ollie Adams.
All right. And what did the defendant say to you?
When Ollie arrived on scene, he immediately made it known that this is the guy that had kidnapped and tortured Ayub and then also held him up at gunpoint earlier in the day.
Interesting. Interesting. Did he explain to you why Ayub, well, why Paul did that to Ayub?
I am unaware of why Paul was doing it. I've been told that he was just terrorizing medical staff, whether that be EMS or doctors.
All right, perfect. So after the treatment, did you take the suspect to Viceroy? Did you accompany him, I guess?
Yes, I did. I was in, I believe it was my Explorer, and I followed Ali to Viceroy.
All right, perfect. And what happened at Viceroy?
When we arrived at Viceroy, there was multiple individuals that were incapacitated in front. I believe one of them was Rami El Rahman, as well as some of the Cuban federales. I can't say who it was who it was exactly. I arrived and attempted to talk to Rami to understand what was going on there because it was very chaotic. And as I was speaking to Rami, I got hit in the back of the head by a man on a motorcycle with, I believe, a pistol.
Ooh, all right. So you could say you were preoccupied at that time.
Yes.
All right. So were you incapacitated by that hit to the back of the head with pistol?
Yes, I was, and I 13 alpha'd.
Perfect. All right. And who treated you?
I am not sure who brought me into the ER. I can't recall, but I believe it was Dr. Lennon that treated me once I was in the ER.
Gotcha. So you don't recall pretty much anything while you were being incapacitated?
Not really, no.
Gotcha. All right. What happened after you were treated?
I was treated by Lennon. I believe Mercy was treating Paul. I got out of the bed, heard Ali say, "Is he dead?" Mercy said something. I can't remember exactly what Mercy said. Ali said, "He got what he deserved then." Something along the lines of, "He's a piece of shit." And then I walked out of the room assuming that Paul was being treated for his gunshot wound that he sustained by me and Rudy.
Gotcha. So you were unsure if that was a new injury or not.
At the time, no, I wasn't aware. I didn't really look at Paul. I just let Mercy do her thing, and I walked out of the room.
And did you see anybody else inside the ER?
I believe Ali Adams was there. He was shit-talking a corpse, and I do not recall who else was in the room with me at that time.
Other than Miss Mercy Moon, right?
Miss Mercy Moon, Ali Adams, and I can't say if there was anybody else at that time.
Gotcha. All right. Did you see Mr. Rovia after hearing that he was injured again?
Yes, I walked back into the ER to see what was going on, seeing Mercy still working on the patient, seeing that he had a big head wound and that there was blue fragments of what looked like plastic in Paul's head wound.
Gotcha. And was that different from when you once saw him on scene?
Yes. He was never hit by anybody on scene. He wasn't even shot anywhere above his torso. He was shot in the leg. He had no head wounds.
All right. And about how much time had passed since you had last seen him before the next time you had seen him?
Maybe 5 minutes.
All right. And you said you saw the defendant at the hospital, correct?
I did.
All right. And what did he do after insulting the dead corpse?
He ran out of the ER, and then I believe he came back after maybe a few minutes, but I can't say for certain. I know he left the room. I'm not sure if he came back.
Gotcha. And what was he wearing?
He was in his EMS uniform.
Anything specific?
After he left, I was talking to Mercy, realized that what was in Paul's new head wound looked very similar to medical glove, so I went to check everybody in the area what color gloves they were wearing, and Ali Adams and Dr. Mercy Moon were both wearing white gloves at the time, probably 5 minutes after he was pronounced dead.
Gotcha. How long? I don't think I asked this. How long have you been a cop for?
I think it's almost 2 years now.
All right. And in your professional opinion as a cop, do people tend to commit crimes out of anger?
All the time.
All right. I don't have any further questions unless one of my counsel do.
Prosecution, anybody else want to step forward and ask a question?
Let's see.
Give us one moment, Your Honor. I believe
Okay.
this is very awkward timing.
I am unaware. I don't know who's on his
All
side.
right, we do have one question.
Okay, one question. Let's hear it.
Hey, whoa. I got more than one question. I got a couple
Oh.
questions, okay? I came
Okay.
prepared.
Spicy.
Azizi.
All right. Senior Deputy Cross, listen, brother. That day, when was the day? August 2nd?
Yes.
All right. What do you remember about that day? How was the weather?
I don't recall how the weather was. It was just a normal day for the most part, just patrolling, making an arrest, getting in chases, nothing crazy.
Define normal for the court today.
Well, I guess one thing was abnormal. I did run into Ali Adams at Viceroy earlier in the day. He stated that he wanted to talk to me about Paul Rovia. He specifically mentioned his name.
And this was prior to the incident that took place, correct?
Several hours, between 2 and 3.
Okay. And what did he mention to you 2 to 3 hours prior to the incident taking place?
He had told me that Paul had kidnapped Ayub and held him up at Viceroy earlier in the day. I informed him to go to MRPD to put a statement in and get a report, as I was currently dealing with a 95. And when I told him that, he said, I'll take my chances, and that he was going to get him for what he did.
And to your recollection, or to your best knowledge, do you know if Mr. Ali went and put in a report?
To my best knowledge, he did not.
Okay. And for the record, again, state what he told you.
He said that he was going to take his chances with Paul Rovia, and that he was going to, something along the lines, I can't say for certain, it was a while ago. He did say something along the lines is he's going to get what's coming to him.
Get what is coming to him.
Was that a question, Your Officer?
I'm just looking at my notes here.
Understood.
All right. And you said it was a pretty normal day patrolling, and then you got into the encounter where the victim now of this situation, the unfortunate death, he opened fire on you guys, correct?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And then you guys returned fire, yourself and your partner, and you hit him in his lower extremities.
Correct.
He was not brought in. He didn't get any medical for any head trauma, correct?
As far as I'm aware, no, he had no head wounds on scene.
All right. When he arrived at the hospital, who brought him inside?
I can't recall. I immediately went to go talk with Rami, and that's when I was hit over the back of the head.
All right. Who drove the ambulance?
Ali Adams was driving the ambulance. He was the only responding.
Did he have a
EMS.
partner with him?
No, he did not.
He didn't have a partner, so he was working solely alone in operating the ambulance, correct?
Yes.
And then he was brought in to the hospital.
Needs to ask
Dr.
me.
Mercy Moon operated on him, correct?
I am unaware what happened when he was brought into the hospital, as I was hit over the head and incapacitated.
Oh my God. You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing just fine.
That's good to hear. All right. That'll be all from me, Your Honor.
Great job, Aziz.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Aziz actually did ask some good questions. Some of them were dumb, but
Anything else from
a
the
bunch of them were
prosecution?
good.
Clear. Do you not have one question?
Do you have a question, Clearly?
Come on, Clea. I know you got this in you.
I actually have a headache, by the way. Like, I have to take Motrin.
I like curiosity.
All right, sir. Looking here at my notes. Did you see the victim? before and after?
Yes.
What did he look like? After.
After he was treated at the hospital, after he was pronounced dead, or
Yeah, what did he look like after?
oh well, he was bloody. He was wearing tattered clothing, and he had a gaping head wound, and that's about it. The most important stuff I could really think of that stick out to me.
So he looked dead.
Yes.
Perfect. All right.
Perfectly.
Before that, what did he look like?
Alive?
Perfect. So before he looked alive, after he was dead.
Sure, a man dying is a laughing matter.
Good job, Crystal.
Johnny, just laugh. I'm just nervous.
There is no laughter here. We're in tears. We're in tears.
Wait, actually, I do.
Someone died, Crystal.
I
Someone
do have an
died.
additional question. Is that all right if I approach, Your Honor?
Okay, one more.
Okay, right. Actually, one more. Cross, to the best of your recollection, after the suspect at the time was shot down, and Ellie arrived on scene, did Ellie mention anything to you? Anything of importance to the suspect?
He immediately made it known that this was the individual that hurt Ayub and that that held him up at Viceroy, and they immediately got into a bickering match. I can't recall exactly what was said, but they were fighting with each other.
And this is referencing to the situation that he was talking about earlier, right? When you first initially ran into him that day?
Yes.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, fantastic. Then we will move on to cross-examination.
Hey, cross on cross.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So when you arrived to the hospital, you weren't able to see who took the victim inside the hospital, correct?
That's correct.
But then you testified that he did not have a visible head wound upon arriving to the hospital, correct?
Yes, on the scene he had no head wound. I was there watching over it the whole time.
Okay. And can you tell me what occurred at the scene that you witnessed?
Where at Viceroy or Bay City?
At the scene of the accident and shooting.
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered.
I have not asked it. He has not answered it.
Just because you asked the question does not mean she doesn't get to ask it and get her own answers. Okay. Overruled. Continue.
All right.
Could you ask the question one more time, please?
Yeah. Can you explain to me what you saw at the scene of the accident and shooting?
There was a flipped over white coquette. Paul was incapacitated and brought over the sidewalk by myself. Those are just the most important things that I remember.
Have you re-looked at your statement prior to this?
Objection, argumentative.
No, I don't believe that it was argumentative.
We're waiting
It's just
for
a
the
question.
judge to answer.
That's my rebuttal.
She's allowed to rebut, sir.
I love Aziz, dude. Apollo is
That's
such an idiot.
Okay. Funkauser, why do you think it's argumentative?
I think it's argumentative, and I also think I'm also going to object on confusing as well. I don't think that him looking at his statement, honestly, kind of leading to. I think that him looking at his statement, being asked as a question, is sort of passive aggressive at nature. So that's why I said initially argumentative, but also confusing, because why would that have to pertain to anything? Also relevance, just put in everything.
That whole objection is confusing.
I'm going to leave this to you.
That
Your
was
Honor.
absolutely one of the most confusing objections I've ever heard. I am going to overrule the objection. I want to hear the answer to this question. Go for it.
Since that time, yes, I have read over my statement.
So why is it that you are not mentioning the fact that you stated in your statement that you heard him punching or kicking upon putting him inside the ambulance?
Can we have a sidebar for this?
Objection. Argumentative.
Also, facts not.
Yeah, facts not in evidence.
It is in the report in evidence.
I would like to have a sidebar for this, so I could explain this better.
I believe it's very relevant to not have a sidebar, as this is
It's
questioning
not.
his
It's
testimony and the credibility of his own testimony.
I see where you're going, counselor.
Correct.
Okay, Cross.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I won't. I won't. I know, but
I
wanna know what-
promise you it's permanent. I promise.
I
it's
want to know
permanent.
what's going on. Right? Okay, everybody over here. I need one lawyer from each team. Judges. Let's.
Is that me? All right. I'm lawyer.
Yeah.
One. I believe you said one lawyer, guys. Who are we choosing?
Yeah, I just need one.
Are these two
They
men
can't even
part of
follow
it?
the one fucking simple instruction.
I'm Judge Jones.
Okay. Could we have these two?
Yeah, if you're not
I'm Judge
planning, please
Jones.
walk away.
What the hell?
Oh, bye, Randall.
This court knows me as Judge Jones. Come on. What's going on in Miami?
What's going
man?
on, Cross?
So I asked Ali about the kicking situation in interrogation. He stated that it was an accident. It was already submitted, so I just crossed it out without actually deleting it from the report, because I was unaware if I was allowed to. He said that it was an accident and that he doesn't want it to be used in this court. So that's why I don't even want to talk about it.
Keyword doesn't want to be used in this court.
Okay. Here's the issue, right? It's on the record. I can't pretend it didn't happen, dude.
I mean,
Your Honor, if I
he
may.
wrote something in the skies. That's all I'm saying about that.
It's literally in the report, all right?
Your Honor, I think this is more of so trying to save him, if I may, because he technically on scene kicked somebody, but we're willing to ignore that because it was an accident. If you understand what I mean.
I understand exactly what's going on. The fact it's been entered into evidence in this case makes it very difficult for me to overlook it, right?
Right.
Especially since he came in and on Mercy Moon's own testimony, he had no head wounds, and yet we're putting this in as if there was some sort of attack that happened prior, and that's where these head wounds could have come from.
Listen,
here's the thing, Cross, right? Here's the thing. Without this sidebar right now, I was going to walk back into deliberation, read these statements, see that, and then have to make a decision based on that. All this, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand
it's
completely.
there.
I should have
So,
gotten
like,
rid of it.
obviously, I
should've.
have to allow the defense to question you on this, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. I understand what you're saying. I understand why you've called a sidebar, because you don't want to discuss this in open court, because it's a little bit fluffy around the edges, right?
Mhm.
We have to, right? So we're going to get back to the court case. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, understood.
I mean, that just fucks. Honestly, that fucks us. 'Cause it didn't happen. Like, he told me it didn't happen. You know, like it was accidental. It didn't actually happen.
Continue your questioning.
Could I just have a moment to discuss with the county counsel?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It should just be thrown out, in my opinion. Like, just get rid of it. Like, it happened, but whatever. Because they're going to try to say that, oh, he kicked him there. That's where the head wound came from. Like, it just, like, even though he didn't come into the ER with a head wound. Rather, the defendant misclicked. He OOC'd it, yeah. And I made that clear. I said he put it in the clouds.
Okay. So you stated that in your statement that you were in pursuit of Paul Rovia, correct?
That is correct.
At what rate of speed would you say Paul Rovia was driving when he crashed?
It was a local car, and he took it down a staircase, which caused him to flip at no more than probably 20 to 30 miles per hour.
Okay. Now going to you arriving. One moment. Okay, so to confirm, it flipped a full car down staircases.
It was maybe a 2 foot, like it was like a foot to 2 foot drop. It was a small ledge. I believe there was a staircase next to it that they tried to go over to evade us and accidentally turtled their vehicle.
Gotcha. Okay. So when you arrived at the hospital, you stated that you were speaking with someone else and were not attending or with the victim.
That is correct. There was a chaotic scene outside Viceroy that I was trying to understand what was happening.
Okay. And then you stated you were incapacitated by someone hitting you in the head.
Yes, for a brief moment I was.
You then proceeded to say you weren't sure what was happening to the victim, correct? During that time because you were incapacitated.
Yeah, I was incapacitated on the outside of the hospital. That's correct.
Okay. Upon entering the hospital bed, who was in the room with you at that time?
Dr. Lennon, who was treating me, and as far as my recollection goes, Ali Adams, Mercy Moon, and Paul Rovia.
And after you got up and finished treatment, you spoke with Ollie.
Maybe in passing, I don't recall speaking to him at that moment.
I believe your testimony was that he made statements as he stood over the man.
Yeah, he didn't talk to me. He talked to the corpse.
Okay. You just said in passing, maybe?
I said I don't recall speaking to Ali Adams, but he did speak to the corpse, insulting it.
Okay. I believe I remember you saying that you did speak with him and that he got what was coming, and yet you are now
Objection,
unable
counsel asked,
to.
Your Honor.
No, he meant to say counsel is testifying.
That's what I said. I'm
He
ESL,
said
forgive
that.
me.
He said that.
I'm bringing a very important point up that his
Yes,
testimony
and that's why we're
is
objecting for
questionable.
now.
I'm allowed
I never
to do
said I
that,
talked to Ali, though.
Your Honor.
Absolutely, you are. I'm going to overrule the objection. However, if you're getting somewhere, counsel, please get there quickly.
Yes. You stated he told you he got what he deserved earlier in your testimony, but you are now saying you never spoke to him. Correct?
I overheard him speaking to Mercy or somebody, as well as the corpse, saying that he got what he deserved. I never said that we spoke.
Okay. So at that time, you exited the room.
Yes, into the hallway.
And you're stating he is a corpse at that time. Why?
Because it was made clear to me that he was attempting to be resuscitated at that time, so he was no longer living. He was not brought back, so he was a corpse at that time.
So why is it that on your testimony you state Mercy Moon then spoke to Cross and said that Ali Adam was the last person in the room with him, and yet you're telling me you were both in there, you saw them both with him doing resuscitation?
Okay, Your Honor, are you sure this is not objection counsel is testifying? This just seems like a statement made.
I'm reading his own statement to him. Yes, it was a statement for him to answer to.
But it wasn't phrased as a question at all, Your Honor.
Objection, phrasing.
I can rephrase and read another part of the statement and ask him to explain it if you'd like, Your Honor.
I mean, you're just referring to.
Okay, I'm just looking at what the specific question you just asked. It did get a little narrative-y. If
Yeah,
you could
that's totally
rephrase that question, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to read from your statement. After Cross was finished receiving treatment, he was told that Paul was pronounced dead. At what point were you told that he was pronounced dead versus when you watched them and called him a corpse?
Objection compound.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have a rebuttal because it wasn't compound.
She asked 2 questions. Is that not compound?
She said, Your Honor, if I may.
Okay.
Versus is one of those compounds that allow for multiple things to be said at once. I think she can ask that in 2 questions instead of 1, Your Honor.
There was 2 questions though. There was definitely 2 questions though. If you can break those up for me.
Okay. So you've stated in your statement that you were informed later that Paul was pronounced dead.
Yes.
But you are now stating that he was a corpse and dead while you were in the room with them.
Well, I'm talking with now knowledge that he was dead this whole time. I'm talking with the knowledge now that he was dead while she was trying to resuscitate him. So yes, I'm speaking from the perspective of now. So yes.
Okay. So you proceeded to exit the room after this whole situation of watching Ollie stand over the body, correct?
I don't know if he was he wasn't like hovering over the body, but Mercy was administering CPR. Ollie was there shit talking the body. I assumed that he was succumbing to his injuries from the shots he'd taken from me and Rudy. So I walked out and was waiting. I'm not going to interrupt Mercy while she's trying to save somebody's life. I'd let her do her thing.
Did Ollie Adams ever pass you after you walked out of the room?
I don't recall when Ollie Adams left the room.
And did you ever re-enter the room after that?
I did.
About how long would you say passed between those 2 times?
A few minutes. I can't recall specifics. Jackson, she could be nicer. I like that. Objection, she's berating me and I'm getting nervous. Timeline is, he got brought in, I got brought in. He died while I was unconscious outside. I left the room, came back in. He was pronounced dead. I seen blue medical fragments in his head. That's what happened. That's all I seen. I don't know. Like, Rudy not being able to testify is fucked.
We rest on our cross.
Okay. Do we have any redirect?
Of course, Your Honor.
Okay. Cool.
Does anybody have... I'm hungry. Anybody have food? I'll pan for food later. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get to you next. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, and then we talked in the hallway, and I took Mercy's statement and figured out what the fuck was going on.
All right, Cross.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's try to unjumble what was said to you in Cross. So let's go back to the very primary scene, the one with the car accident. So Mr. Rovia shot at you, correct?
Affirm, yeah. Yes, he did.
And when Mr. Rovia shot at you, you shot back?
Correct.
And that was after a minor car accident, correct? In which his car was flipped?
Yes.
All right. So at what point did he start shooting? Like, give me like a very, very, like, as possible as you can be, time frame in between the time that his car was flipped and he got out and started shooting. Was it instant?
Yes. See, the car flipped over. I wrapped around to the front of the car, got out of my vehicle. He got out as well. And as soon as he got out of the vehicle, he just began to open fire on me.
Gotcha. And he didn't really stumble or anything. He didn't stumble. He didn't falter. He got out of the car as it was flipped and started shooting at you, correct?
Correct. He got right out of the vehicle and immediately opened fire on me.
All right. And when you were on scene after after the shooting, and you were cleaning things up and you were getting everything ready for the EMS, you personally did not see any injuries other than the gunshot wound to his leg.
Correct. I brought him over to the sidewalk. He did not seem to be in critical condition, and I called for EMS.
And Mr. Alley, did he say anything about specifically to you about any other injuries other than the gunshot wound?
No, I didn't hear Ali tell me anything that I could recall about his actual wounds. It was just them fighting back and forth.
Gotcha. Okay. I think that covers that. So now we're going to move on to the scene in which you went to Viceroy, correct?
Correct.
And you were preoccupied with another situation.
Correct. Keckle,
Who
thank
is
you, and Sydney,
responsible
thank
for
you.
taking in your professional opinion, you've been a cop for 2 years. In your professional opinion as a cop, who is the person certified to take bodies into the hospital?
At that point, although he was under arrest, he was in Ollie Adams' care. I've never seen a EMS hand off a patient to another EMS or anything like that personally.
I think I just really enjoy giving blood.
Gotcha. So the EMS, we're assuming this is no different. But in this situation, you are preoccupied with another situation in which you were incapacitated for, correct?
Correct.
After you got treated, you were with Dr. Lennon, who was your care provider, as well as you saw Mercy and Ali, correct?
Correct. They were in the.
And you didn't see anybody else in the room.
I do not recall if there was anyone else in the room. I can't say for certain that there wasn't, but I do not recall. They were in the bed directly. Paul was in the bed directly next to me, which is why I obviously overheard and knew what was going on.
Gotcha. And that's when you saw Ollie in the ER, correct?
Ali was in the ER, correct.
Do you remember like exactly where?
He was standing behind Mercy, or in the general vicinity of Mercy, while she was what I now know is trying to resuscitate Paul with CPR.
All right, and that's when the comments were made. That's where comments were exchanged between y'all two. And the first person to leave the room was yourself, correct?
Yeah, I don't recall ever speaking myself to Ali. I may have said something as I was walking out. I do not remember. But Ali was saying that Paul did get what he deserved and stuff along those lines. He went on for a good bit, enough for me to get out of my bed, walk out the door, and still heard him the whole time.
All right. And at that point, you had returned.
Correct. After a few minutes, I returned.
Okay, and that's when you found out that the person was dead.
Correct.
Pronounced dead by Dr. Mercy Room.
Correct.
All right. We got that cleared up. I have nothing much else on Cross, unless anybody else has other.
Smacks, thank you for giving that sub.
Pretty good.
All right. You're free to sit down.
You don't get to say that.
Wait. I'm sorry, sir.
Unkauser, do you think you're a judge?
No,
Are you
Your Honor,
confused
I
as to
don't-
your position in this court?
He sure is wearing a hat like a judge.
I could take off the hat if I need to, Your Honor.
I would know that hat.
Okay. Thank you, Cross. You can step down. Thank you for your testimony here today. Oh, by the way, are we marking this one for recall?
We're currently discussing it, so I would like to leave it open for that.
Okay.
You should try to somehow get in the point that when I 13 alpha'd, a lot of cops arrived and the hospital
On that
was
subject, it'd be a great time for recess.
Shit. Okay. I can. Yeah.
Absolutely. We can have a recess right
Aeropod,
now.
thank
Everyone
you.
get 5 minutes.
We got
5
more
minutes.
Yes,
Go
please.
stretch your legs.
Fantastic.
Go pee. Get a drink.
Okay. I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah, anyone got food?
No, I'm
Sorry,
taking
we
it.
get a
When
food
I ask
delivery.
for a recess, I'm taking a recess.
You're doing great, James.
Where's the bathroom?
I have no. outside.
It's
I'm
right
gonna be
here.
thinking
I'm gonna
right
go
through
watch
that
it.
door.
You comfortable?
Okay.
I have a side for you.
Yeah, I'll take that. Like my questions?
Yeah, they're actually pretty good.
Thank you.
I
waffle that shit.
Not gonna lie, you were stalling for Rudy to ask a question.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
that's
had no
exact thing.
question.
What I was doing, man. I thought Rudy had
No,
questions.
some of your questions are actually good.
please.
Nice.
I think we should definitely try to get in there that there was a lot of officers on scene. The hospital was on lockdown. There wasn't people just running in and out. It was just medical staff and police officers.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's my bad.
All right.
No, it's
we'll
all
toss
good.
that
I'm
in
just
there.
saying.
I'm waiting till Ali gives his statement. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna write down every single little thing he's saying, and I'm gonna question him about it again and see if he keeps his story straight. Right? That should be our plan to try to find holes in his story.
Yeah, I mean, in interrogation, he fucking was very fixated on the white glove. The fact that he was wearing white gloves, even though we never brought that up.
Yep.
Well, no,
He stated he didn't change gloves after treating.
Did you ask him?
What? Yes, I asked him in interrogation. He stated he never changed gloves after treating Paul, but he was, as far as I remember, was wearing like new gloves. They were not bloody. They were white. They were brand new gloves.
That's a good point to bring up. Okay.
And he,
I mean, if you're
he
working on someone who
specifically
just got
stated,
shot.
he specifically stated that he did not switch out his gloves after treating Paul Rovia in the interrogation.
And then you didn't see any blood or anything like that on them?
No.
Mercy, did they really blame you?
Yeah, he checked his gloves too at the hospital after he got in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what.
the
Yeah, that's
entire
what they're
opening
going
statement
for.
Was mostly focused on how Mercy was a terrible person. Like that's literally what the majority of
They're
their opening
trying-
statement was.
The fact that the
I feel
Rovia
bad.
family
They're
have
going
a
after
longer list of
Mercy
people
because
to kill.
she
They're
was
trying to use
initially
that
accused as being an accomplice, but
because
to
they
be
think
fair,
that I'm
her
gonna
charges
retaliate.
have
They also
absolutely
said
no
that
fucking.
I, like,
She
contracted
was
someone to
never
attack
in
me
suspicion of actually killing
They're
him.
just
She was
trying
just
But that's not true.
an accomplice or an accessory. So I don't know why
Yeah,
they're
she's more of an
harboring on
Not
it
true,
so
and
much.
Also, it's absolutely irrelevant because you are not a defendant.
I want to ask him more about the youth. I want to talk to him. I want to go about that angle. I want to go down that line of questioning. I'm asking
evidence also
what
for the
his
motive,
relation is to him.
since it
Yeah.
was,
So we can build up the
submitted, like, the
motive.
report was
About his
verified
finger,
at the
I
scene,
want to
but I
ask
don't
him
know
about
who he
that.
was.
I want to ask him about him ever if he confirms him talking to you.
Yeah, but I don't think
confirmed.
we can bring him up.
Nope, you can. You can bring it up because it's part of this case. Yeah, it's part of this case because that's the reason why he murdered
Yeah,
him.
I know you already talked about it, so the scope
I
is
don't think
open.
anyone told him.
Mhm.
Oh, perfect. Okay, that's good.
We
that's
can't
good.
call him as a witness, though, can we?
One of your
Are you-
No, we can't go.
No, we can't do shit.
that's what I'm not-
It's fucking annoying as fuck that
Yeah,
they're
it
not
is
letting
what it
Rudy
is.
go up there.
We could discuss that as a team.
I got no experience, so I'm just like learning
Well,
on the
she's
fly
warning
right now.
us
I think
about
we're all
her at
learning
this
on the
point, so
fly.
why do
huh?
I care?
Like Rudy,
Like,
Rudy seeing him go in and out is super important. I'm really annoyed that they're not letting him go up there.
Yeah, I'm very confused because there was never a problem before in the last case. Like even my case with never mind. I didn't even go to court yet for. So this is technically my first like actual real court case besides bench trial.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was.
I've had a case against me. So this is my second time in court.
Hey, Cross, how's it going? You guys looking? Is it clear cut or is it?
I
Coin
mean,
flip
Can I
or we
approach the
fucked?
judge right now? 1 second.
it's gonna be a. I mean,
Hey, Your Honor,
there's
can I
no
approach?
substantial proof, right? Like we don't
Only
have a
if I can
fucking
get
murder
somebody from the
weapon or
defense to
anything like
approach
that,
as
you
well.
know? So
Okay, I just wanted to ask
Well, the
you
problem
a
is that the murder
question.
weapon was his hand.
Okay,
yeah,
if you want to ask
but
it,
he
an open call.
changed
what's up?
gloves. But we need to bring up the gloves.
private?
It's very important.
Yeah, don't let him do it if a
That's
glove
why I
doesn't
need
fit.
somebody from the
Shit.
defense.
Yeah.
He walks out of here because of that.
Hey,
then-
anyone from the defense
then-
side want to come for a
Oh,
Yeah, I was
question?
gonna
Simpsons
say, are we gonna?
defense.
Orpheus!
I hope they
Orpheus!
never mind. I don't know.
Crystal,
Oh no.
you
What's that
did
say?
great
Sure.
with your
Sure.
questionings.
I'll save it for
I-
later,
I
then,
asked
Your Honor.
questions?
Okay.
Yeah, you did to
Thank you guys for the subs.
to
by the way.
Cross.
I'm still curious why they
I
don't
did?
want to have Rudy go up. They're saying he wasn't listed in the report. He's listed in the report as an assistant
Where did-
officer.
what?
If he doesn't have a statement in there,
What?
it shouldn't matter, right?
That's why I said to Ezra,
That's-
and he said,
She
I
didn't
guess
say
because I
that.
don't have a report. But I
Yeah,
literally
but
want to
you're
start the
listed
report.
on it. You're the lead, and you're listed as part of the
Exactly.
As,
That's
situation.
why I was very
as an
confused.
officer
Yeah.
involved, and it's your report.
Exactly,
So, I
and
don't
not
know.
only
He's
that.
saying
This is your
because you
point.
didn't give a report.
No, it's because he didn't have a statement in there, right? And his statement should be him testifying in court. That should be his statement rather than him writing out the statement. That's why I'm a little bit confused. That's why I wanted to approach.
Yeah, that's why I was
Teddy,
confused.
thank you so
too.
much for the 44
Yeah,
months.
I'm also like, what the hell is with that? Because now we just gotta assume that if you're writing the report, that you have to have it. You need to have everything together, right? But you need to have your own words, other people's words, all of that. I think we assume that if we are the primary and we are the ones who make the report, then we are responsible for everything that's in the content of that report, which is a very fair assumption, but I guess it's not the assumption that the DOJ makes.
Yeah, and
I'm still
I don't
confused
get
on that,
why.
and I don't agree. It's not how it's been.
His trainer, his handler.
If you're a part of a situation, rather than getting a statement all written in there, you just come in and testify.
Yeah, that's how I thought you were supposed to do it.
Hey,
Even
why
though a
did
little
none of them
statement
want
was
to
fine.
fucking? Why can't I approach the judge alone?
Recess?
Did he say no? We're in recess.
Yeah, he said I have to. Somebody from the defense has to approach as well if I want to approach.
Oh yeah. Someone else has to be up there with you. At all
Rided
times.
that cow really well.
If you're prosecution, you need to have your defense when you go up there at all times.
I feel
They don't like
we
us.
have- Yeah.
They don't like us. They're not gonna come up.
Do you want to do that before, like, once we get out of recess? Because I was going to go and highlight
Move
evidence.
along, Bessie.
I want to push that side. I just want to get clarification from the judge about it because it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
To me.
Yeah. We can call for that. We can call for that.
Okay.
She's pretty stubborn.
Didn't realize we had so much expectations placed on us.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
we're
insane.
basically, we have to be cops
Stop
and know all our
walking. And
SOPs
lawyers.
Yeah, we have
and
to
all
be
our case laws, and we
prosecutors,
also need to
lawyers,
be prosecutors and
officers,
defendants if we get taken to court. For,
Pilots.
yeah, we need to. I mean,
like
we're
I've said that to my
literally,
girlfriend
you know,
I just
we're
like to do my
cops,
first
but
docket
I'm
post
Superman.
yesterday.
yeah, I'm fucking
Oh,
Superman. I need to know
congrats.
everything.
My first time.
That's not what a cow
Yeah, that's
makes.
why we used to have avenues to help people with this, but now, like
I miss John Doe.
me and Demi are trying our best. But we're only,
Hey, Rose.
Yeah, I remember.
Hey,
Demi was doing
how
like
are you?
I'm alright. I'm pissed off that they're not letting fucking Rudy talk.
I don't think we have.
Really
Yo,
infuriating,
James.
actually,
I need your help.
Yeah.
because he's important as
We'll
fuck.
try to push.
Can you unstuck your cow?
We need these avenues, man. We need these
Cleo,
avenues.
come here.
What is happening?
Come here, Cleo.
I thought you did really well.
What's Cleo do?
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to lead me down
Come
shit,
here,
and I
Cleo.
basically told them to fuck
She's
off. But
No, you did great.
yeah, I think my statement up there is pretty important. I think we missed a few things, but I highlighted
what?
it, so hopefully it gets brought up.
How do you think it's going?
She leaves there now.
I mean, I think it's going okay. I mean, Rudy literally has, like, Rudy watched him go in there by himself and then leave by himself, and we can't talk about it, which is really unfortunate. But, I mean, we genuinely didn't know we needed to add witnesses. Like, I didn't fucking know that. And, like, it fucks the case over because I didn't know that. I'm not a fucking lawyer. And every prosecutor was unavailable. So, like, what? Like, I'm just supposed to overnight know the fucking law. It's really annoying.
I know. Well, it is what it is right now, but at least for the future,
Mm-hmm. Whatever. I'm never coming back to court again.
I mean, you don't always have a choice, right?
Well, if I do, I'm never coming back.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. It just seems weird because there's times where Grayson will call it a learning court and let literally anything slide, and then there's other times where he's,
Being a hard ass.
a hard ass on people who literally don't know fucking court. Why is my eye popping out of my head?
Are we
Yeah, gotta
about
go,
ready
gotta
to
go.
get going?
Okay, good luck.
I don't think. Oh, yep, we have everybody.
We're
All right.
ready.
We did want to approach the stand, just so that before we can go into defense into our evidence or our narrative events, just for a clarity thing on our end.
Okay, can I get somebody from the defense to approach with?
It's
one of
gonna
the
be
prosecutors?
Aziz.
Okay.
Can we have multiple there actually, or just one?
Absolutely. Step on up. What's up?
Come on up, Ezra. Hey, you wanna-
No. Yeah. So, what's the question? Okay.
Princess.
Because they weren't entered onto the docket, the defense didn't have a.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but like, I mean, we don't know, man. Like, are we really gonna let like a fucking a literal like 10 like a a 50-word statement thing on the docket actually make a difference? Like,
Right? Now, we allowed Cross to speak because Cross had written testimony that was already entered into the docket, so the defense will have had time to assess that evidence and prepare.
I think I just really enjoy giving blowjobs.
thank you for giving this up to Toad.
A thought process in relation to what Cross might say.
Why is this hell? Stream is great. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
Get out of here.
But how am I meant to? My
It's
legs
not
are
a joke.
really
It's a
sore.
first-degree murder case, Pedro. Get the fuck out of here, please.
Oh, he's first.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay. You got clarity there. No problem.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem, sir.
Jack,
Hey, knock it off.
come on, Jack. Fuck off.
Jack, no. Jack, bad.
Self-defense.
It's a first-degree murder case.
Hi,
Come on.
Jack.
Be serious, please.
Objection.
Fuck house, could you move?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You sit on my lap if you want.
No, I'm not sit. You get up so I could get in the middle. Get up, man.
Whatever, man. Don't yell at me.
Please.
Trying to keep things consistent.
You're in the
Oh,
way,
middle,
man. Move.
Come on. I moved. Come on. Come on.
Just move in the middle, bro.
I'm in.
There you
There you
go.
go. Nice.
All right.
Nobody cares.
All right, Your Honor, I'm ready to proceed.
Okay. You ready to go over evidence?
Yes, this will be very lengthy because we had a whole lot of interrogations. I couldn't get every single timestamp possible because there's about an hour and a half, or almost an hour and a half of recording time in our evidence, but I will try to mention the one specifically that I got. So, Your Honor, before the prosecution closes, we'd like to highlight some evidence in our points in our evidence list. Whereas the people's C through H shows the interrogations between the UPD and several members of EMS and doctors. We'd like to highlight people's D, where we find that Deputy Mayor Ayub Elmi, I'm sorry if I'm mistaking that, I don't understand, I'm sorry, states that EMS are supposed to wear blue gloves and that the defendant normally wears blue gloves on duty. That is in timestamp 1:58:41 on people's D. In this evidence, Mr. Elmi also states that EMS are to not treat people at the hospital specifically. That is a direct quote. And then we move to People's E, where we find more concurrency in that EMS CJ Walker also states the same thing that he states on recording, that is specifically, and I quote, white for doctors, blue for EMS. And that's in timestamp People's E 3:04:13. Like I said, we have a whole lot more timestamps, but this is the huge one. We're going to move to People's G, where we see the defendant's interrogation. We see the timestamp, or in timestamp 7:16:07, that Ali said that he would take his chances when asked if he would shoot Mr. Rovia by Cross. We also see that in several points of the recording, the defendant states that he had assumed that he was under no help and that he got no guidance for this situation whatsoever. And finally, specifically in time point 7:25:03, we also see that the defendant keeps alternating between not changing and changing his gloves that day, proving some inconsistency with his testimony and the interrogation today. With that, we close, and the prosecution will rest at that time.
Okay. Thank you, prosecution. I've got those in notes. I will take that all under advisement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem at all. We're going to move over to the
highlighting
defense.
evidence, most OP thing.
Would you like to call your first witness?
Guys, is this where I say we rest? The defense rests and is ready for closing.
Whoa, okay. Can I have 5 minutes?
I should say we would like time to prepare for closing, but we rest. We're calling no witnesses.
Your Honor, can I rebut to this at all, please?
They don't get to rebut to my option.
I just want to say it's
Hold on. Who the fuck are you?
Ezra Funkhauser.
Not you.
Oh,
the
okay,
one who
not me.
said that he doesn't get to do shit.
I said that he doesn't get to rebut my
choices.
choices.
Yeah, who cares about you?
That's
That's
my
the
boy
judge's
Serge.
decision.
That's my boy Serge.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
It's
to
not
point that
kangaroo
out,
court.
she's been doing that the entire court
This
session,
is
Your
not
Honor.
fucking kangaroo court. Murphy, you're
Okay.
supposed to be oversight. What the fuck?
Check him.
I love Surge. That's my boy.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Surge
my boy.
gang, Surge gang.
I'm supervising. It's Judge.
You are taking the option at this point to offer no defense at all. You're not motioning
This is so
for a
asinine.
directed verdict.
This is really
You're
good
just
for us.
not going to
Yeah,
offer
it's good
defense.
for
You
us.
want to go
That's
over
an
evidence at
insta-guilty.
all? Is there anything you wish to highlight to me?
They
Or
don't
do you
have
just
anything.
merely want to go
Trust
to
me, this is how I
closing
lost
not
my
even trying to
case.
I
defend
want to
it.
listen. I want to listen. Wait.
Directed verdict? Move for a directed verdict. They have presented zero case.
I say I
that shows
just
that he-
just rip apart the evidence and in lieu of calling witnesses.
Rip it apart now.
Rip it apart now and then do your closing.
Rip it apart now. How so? State that they're bringing in evidence of two people that they chose not to call. Guys, start.
This is just an interrogation, though.
We stay quiet and we win.
I just say we move for a directed verdict for the fact that they have not presented an actual case that proves that this man
This is so
has
good.
done anything wrong.
I guess I have to get started on my closing already. Damn, I didn't think
Yeah,
I'd have
get
to
really
started that
fucking
fast.
detailed,
I mean,
like
however
super
you wanna do it.
detailed,
If
like
you wanna examine
incredibly
the
detailed.
evidence, but if you're not calling any witnesses, either examine the evidence or just do it in your closing. It's up to you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
kind of slide in. Me
The defense
witnessing
would like to move for a
Ellie
directed
walk
verdict
out the door,
because we
see
do
if they
not have
object
the
to it.
proof or the burden to have to prove a defense. They have not
fine,
reached
that's
their
fine.
burden
Leave
of
them to
proof
it.
that
Leave
this
them to
man
it.
did anything other than bringing
gonna
up
be
two
found guilty
witnesses
then.
that completely contradict themselves.
He's literally gonna be found guilty.
Okay.
What is going on? Your Honor, if I may.
Okay.
I still think you would have been better off with a closing.
Yes.
I have a closing after this. If they deny it, you get to close. You know what I mean? I still
Maybe
get to
we
close.
did it.
What do you mean? Why would I compress when they've not presented their
I just want to say directed. We can only do that. We can only do directed verdict. I just want to also say that it's only prosecution. Only prosecution can motion for a
Man,
directed
she was
verdict.
bitch slapping me all over when I was making my objections. Okay, you best let them nuts hang, Ezra. Let her know, man.
Sorry,
She was yelling at me all types of crazy.
I
man.
mean, did we? I
So
mean, I feel like we.
confused. They just
we
said
thought this was her courthouse. This ain't her courthouse. This ain't her
They-
courthouse.
They said that they were going to recall.
Don't worry about that.
Both of them. Oh
True.
my god. I'm so good. I'm all right. Cool. And I guess we'll get. I mean, hey, whatever gets us out of here earlier, man.
Yeah, I don't know why they went this route. It seems very disrespectful to the judges to do this.
I mean, this is what I did when I pled the fifth when I was getting sued, and it fucked me because I had.
You don't have to call witnesses. It's
like, why?
fine. It's fine. Just cross being crossed. Don't worry about it.
I don't know. I feel like
It's not important right now. He's not deciding.
Yeah, it's Charlie. Charlotte Green. You be on my back like a cardigan. Call her again. I'm in love with your friend. We be doing dirt. You hide the evidence. It's evident that you're ready to ride.
Dude, I'm a big fan.
Did you ever give that
Big fan.
the little that thing to cross for me?
Cross, I like your top hat.
I like his top hat too. I'm not gonna lie. That shit goes hard.
Ross is the best, dude.
I know I am. Thank you.
Yeah, you. Sorry. You are too.
Asshole.
I'm glad that you think you are, though.
Yeah, whatever,
Good to-
Crystal. Frick
Good to
you.
be competing yourself, bro. It's good.
Has he even done it yet?
Yeah, I haven't gotten pictures from Jaden, so I need both of your guys' stuff in there. So you get to harass Jaden about it because it's a 2-for-1 special there.
I hope we
And I
don't
know
get
I'm
the
barely
truth about
around
those
with
pictures.
Jaden, though.
I know the truth about those.
That'd be great.
What the hell? What do you mean you know the truth?
That it's Jaden and Silas in them.
Because the directed verdict is
Oh,
asking them
bad
to
news.
You know, Trooper Soze's all dirty.
acquit.
Silas is the one.
Sheesh.
Deny directed verdict, you proceed
Oh,
to
damn.
closing.
I'm gonna give him a call.
Jaden wasn't even
Right?
with us.
That's
still need Jaden's pictures. I'm not putting effort until I get the full.
I'm gonna put my name in to become trooper. Watch this.
Right, we are. But technically,
that's on you.
it's either they say you're acquitted,
It wasn't my punishment.
or they
it was
say
your
we're
punishment.
denying the
Yeah, but I
right
did my
for
end of the bargain.
closing, which is the
Well, the
technical
end of the bargain
procedure.
had to do
If they
with both of
decide
these.
to
Like, technically, you only
Cross watch anime.
guilty, then
I don't know.
that's not how a directed verdict works.
Look, all I'm saying.
Let
is
your
I said-
dick hang, Ezra. Let your dick hang, bruh.
I'm typing up a story. Right
Let
now.
that fucking thing swing.
Keep your voice down, man. They can hear you.
Shut up, Murphy. Fuck you.
Hey, shut up, white-haired piece of shit.
I don't know what I can deal with, but I'll get it.
Exist.
You're talking shit. You didn't date my mom, bro. Shut up. What are you, fucking 12? You're
Who's
supposed to
my
be a
mom?
lawyer. Grow up.
This is my mother.
And I guess you're supposed to be an officer.
Yeah, you were
Man,
supposed to be
you're
in
a
EMS.
murderer.
And
I
you
don't wanna
killed
hear
somebody,
anything
so
from you.
don't fucking talk to me.
I'm disappointed in you, Ali. You're a habibi.
Rolled.
You know your people are corrupt.
What the hell? You're my people. We're the same people. What part of that don't you get?
No, no longer.
Oh, you guys are on radio. Mine's on.
We're the same people, Ali. We are the same. Why you're making us
no.
look bad, man. Damn murderer.
Tell him. Tell him.
Fellow government employee, some piece of garbage like Paul Rovia.
You're trying to get your money back.
Might have been a piece of shit, but he didn't deserve to die.
True. True. Life over everything.
That way you can suffer in life.
We prefer life.
Otherwise, great.
You guys still think Crisscross wears their jean pants backwards still to this day?
Yes.
I think they do too. I'm surprised it got it never was a new fashion statement. Definitely since it's from the 90s, I think people will be doing that right now because they love their 90s.
90s kind of went
Fuck
hard,
are you
though.
on about?
He's right.
You don't know the group Crisscross? Jump.
Jump.
Crisscross will make you
They go
wanna
hard.
jump.
Mhm.
Jump.
Jump. I know them.
You
Why
just
would
don't
Yeah,
know
they
about
wear
style.
their-
You don't know
90s.
about style, Coop.
Yeah,
Hey,
they
hey.
the
Yes,
entire
the
group wear their
80s
pants backwards.
The 80s were way
Read
better
what
for
I'ma
style,
put
let's
down.
be real here.
Go on, speak it
Ugh.
up. All right, Ezra. Read it.
What? Huh?
Read it,
If you
and
could
then
go
I'm
back to
gonna
the
hand it
80s,
to
I'll
Ali.
take that shit, bro.
Don't do that now. Don't do that now.
Oh, okay. All
Do
right.
it
What the
now.
hell is the
Yeah.
80s
Don't
style?
do it,
What would you
Do
do in the
not do
80s?
that.
Just wait until after, man. Wait until
Not fucking
wait
do
until
that.
it's in
Music was
jail.
banging.
Pick it up, Ezra.
Wait until it's jail. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Would be banging.
Neon lights? Okay, that's still technically
No,
in.
you
That was still
can't
90s
say
too.
if I'm better
What is
now.
this?
Smoking all the weed, I'm on the alcohol.
Yeah, 80, that's never going away. 80s are always
Shawty's
in
like
for
me,
that.
lean
Neon
away,
signs
she
are
look
lit.
me on.
Oh my god! Imagine if you could sign it too. That would have been so lit. Oh my god.
Leatherman
That's my
jackets.
favorite of all the
Guitar
movies.
bang.
Leatherman
James
jack-
Randall is
holy
still
shit,
here,
Gallo.
just standing in the corner,
He's
by the
just
way.
Bang. What do you mean?
He's vibing, man. Where did his
He's
cow
banging.
go?
No, they're
Check out
definitely
bang,
banged,
bro.
but like, you
Two
don't see them.
dogs in the house, two balls in my mouth.
Now it's most of it's just belts and locks and shit.
No, it's fucking dumb as shit, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I actually think those jeans are pretty sick. I forget what they're called now. Like the buckles and
jeans?
shit. They're like
Jinko jeans.
they're like Jinkos. No, the Jinkos are the
No,
loose ones, aren't
Jinkos
they?
are the big ones, yeah.
Yeah. The ones that where you're like there's like you know what I'm talking about. Fuck, what the fuck they're
Oh,
called?
Did you say a
Emo
boot?
jeans.
Did you just say you know
Yeah,
what I'm
they're pretty
talking
much
about?
Emo
You
jeans.
Canadian Rudy Chalk?
No, I'm not Canadian. I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh.
Oh, rip. Poor you.
What the hell is
You
that
like
supposed
Tom
to be?
Brady?
Yeah, Tom Brady was. I mean,
Fuck you.
I like
Yeah,
Peyton Manning
Tom
better.
Brady.
Okay, that's
Oh
cool.
yeah, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning was way
Manning
better.
on top.
Hey,
Now
guys.
that's it.
Hey, Crystal.
Peyton
Hey,
Manning's
how's
the
it going,
GOAT.
Fingal?
Hey,
I can't wait to start
Killer
fucking
instinct.
robbing banks.
Rudy.
Yeah, that's what
Hell
I'm
yeah,
saying.
brother.
Yeah.
Hey, Cross,
Yeah.
Robbie moves me.
I like hearing that, man.
You know what if like a bunch of PD? I don't mind.
Hi, James.
Hey, hello.
You can't say if
I know a
I'm
pretty good spot to just hump out a car and never mind.
alcohol.
What the hell is that supposed to mean, huh, Coop?
Shawty licked me clean away.
Don't
She
worry about it.
sucked me
Look,
off.
if you know, I know a spot. I know the perfect spot.
Oh, hello, other sheriff.
Not too much. How's it going?
You mean
Cheers
the
to both of you
sheriff?
guys.
The sheriff.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Other
welcome to
sheriff.
The sheriff, Crystal.
Kangaroo
Other
court.
sheriff.
The sheriff.
Other
You
sheriff.
think you got this? I'm
Even
still
though he-
disconnecting my phone call from
He
Shelby.
bent me
I'm
over
having
and
some
fucked
problem.
me in the ass. Even though he did that, he's still
Whoa,
my
whoa,
sheriff.
whoa,
What
whoa.
did she hear a second ago?
Yeah, she's going to get us some food and drink.
All right.
We kind of
Yes,
fucked up a little bit,
Sheriff. I have
but
a
we
question.
forgot to put in our witnesses.
Yeah, these bozos.
Like a cult.
These
Say these
bozos.
bozos, but
You're the
okay,
one
we
who
were
was
all under the
pending.
impression that if they were in the report, then they are allowed to testify. And Grayson said because Rudy didn't put a statement, even though he was in the report as an assisting
I'll
officer.
tell you what
That's
he
not
said.
only why. That's
not
only
what he
why.
said. Yeah, he said when we walked up, the reason was because he wasn't he was barely even gonna let you slide, to be honest. It's because no name was listed under the witnesses to give the defense an opportunity to set up their defense to whoever's coming up as a witness, which makes sense.
Here's
Yeah, it
my
does
thing.
make
And here's my
sense,
question
but
for you,
I
Freddie.
didn't fucking know that.
Oh,
Is this
okay.
the verdict?
No, no, no,
Not
no.
yet.
No.
Oh, it's not over yet?
No, they didn't
We're
even.
far from the
No, we're
denying
no, we're
the
not. We're doing
motion
closings right
for
now. They
directed
decided to
verdict.
not testify.
There is evidence still to be
Oh,
gone over
really?
in deliberations. The
Oh, I thought
prosecution has
they were
provided
still going.
a swath of testimony I need to assess before I can actually come to the conclusion of whether or not this has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt or not. I'm going to give the defense an opportunity right now. Do you want to continue with your defense or are you waiving it?
Should I just refer to his statement not matching his own testimony?
Your Honor, if I may.
What do you want?
I just find it. I request that if we do not need any of the people that have been recalled, aka Dr. Mercy Moon, that she can leave at any time if she wants to.
I mean, straight up, I'm about to deal with that right now.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. So we would like to go over some of the.
You're not recalling any witnesses.
We
You
are
want to go
not.
over evidence?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
I'm issuing contempt of court for every lawyer on that team. $20,000 apiece. You have wasted the time of a witness that was not only called on the
finding
docket,
them. I
but
called this.
also actively told they were needed to stay here to give further testimony. This is bullshit. This is absolutely
Yeah,
horrible court
Grayson.
conduct. I'm not putting up with it.
Yeah.
Understood.
When you are
Tell
ready
him,
to
Grayson.
go over your evidence, I am ready to hear.
Damn. Getting smoked.
60,000 I'm making, baby. I'm rich. I'm going straight to the casino.
We can split that, right?
That should
Hell
be
yeah,
a
put that
split.
shit on red.
We'll use
No,
it
I
all.
agree with Aziz. We should put it all on red.
Yeah, but we're splitting
The
it if we
defense
win.
would like to bring light to report 53051. It shows the inconsistencies between the evidence presented by Senior Deputy Cross in his statement versus what was written in the report. It is also missing the witness
Can
of
we
Dr.
object?
Lennon, who was
Since it's
confirmed to
closing,
be in
we
the
can.
room by Senior Deputy Cross
This is just
himself.
evidence highlighting.
We also
This
want
isn't
to
their
bring up
evidence,
the
so it's all
fact
good.
that they have presented two testimony of people that they did not call as witnesses, which was CJ Walker,
right,
and the deputy mayor, Ayub.
We have everything from them. Why would we call them up?
Should I state that they're bringing up procedures, but they never presented the correct gloves to be worn, and yet they all confirmed he was in white?
Yeah, you definitely bring up the inconsistency.
Oh, so we need them here? I thought like it would count if it's recorded, right? Because they say it themselves.
We would also like to bring light to the two pieces of testimony that they brought light to, stating that EMS are supposed to be wearing blue gloves. They also closed that statement with the testimony of our client, which he has not testified today.
Your
We would-
Honor, if I may, I'd like to object. I don't know if I can object to this, to be honest with you, Your Honor, but I would like to object to misstatement of evidence. That was very clearly stated. Again, it's an interrogation. It's very long. That was a very clearly stated. It's not. I don't think we should allow her to make statements based off of something that wasn't based off of standard operating procedures. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter what standard operating procedures. There's fucking blue glove on his body and
I also wasn't done with my statement, which I would like to finish it
Okay.
if that's okay,
Finish
Your
your
Honor.
statement, then I'll figure out what I'm doing.
Okay. I was going to bring light that the statement made by Mercy Moon on the stand as a doctor, and that they called her as a professional opinion of a doctor, stated that they could have the
Jokes
option to
funny,
wear
she
white
called her
or blue.
person a doctor, and he's EMS.
She's not EMS though. She doesn't know.
No,
Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah.
I do not believe that this is the time to go over witness testimony. I believe if she wanted to do that, she should go through the correct avenues of recalling up her witness and go through that process. But this is specifically for highlighting evidence, if I'm correct.
Your Honor, witness testimony is evidence.
It is indeed.
Oh.
And I am fully cognizant and able to figure out that what the counselor is doing is basically laying out contradictions in testimony. She's highlighting them. I get it. It will be taken under advisement. It'll only mean what it is. Whenever counselors literally testify in this court, if it is not an opening or closing, I take it all with a very, very fine grain of salt. Like, it is not making the impact you think it's making, Funkhauser. Trust me.
Okay, understood.
I want to do the closing
Continue.
statement.
No.
What the fuck
No,
did you
no,
do,
no,
Jazz?
no.
I want to do it.
No.
Can I do part of it?
No, we were rapping in the studio.
Ezra's doing the
Oh,
closing
shit.
statement.
Ezra,
Real?
send me what you wrote, Ezra. I'll read it.
Yeah.
We are ready.
No, Ezra, you're doing it.
Fantastic.
Okay,
the hell?
I'm doing it.
I would
Yeah,
have
we
it
thought
shut
she
and closed.
poked you
I
in her
think we
role.
can have
I love
multiple.
it.
I think
Now you're
yes.
closing.
Huh?
Your Honor,
Imagining
quick question:
Tessa
can we
rapping.
have multiple closings, or no? Do you not want that?
You know, I could actually see.
Are you going to cover different ground in each of your closings, or are you just going to repeat the
If
same
he's
shit
not
over and
gonna
over again?
I think we would do the latter. I think unless Aziz, do you think you would cover different things than what I would say?
I mean, I have to hear what you say, so we'll see after.
Do you mind if I go through my closing and see if you wanted to add anything to the closing? Your Honor?
I shot my MP7 in there.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
Make sure to say he changed gloves. He was very. He definitely changed gloves because they were new, and he made sure to in the interrogation to say that he didn't fucking. He
Yep.
never
I
changed
have
after
that.
treating him.
Retweet. There you go.
What are you tweeting? In the middle of a murder trial. Don't make us look stupid.
All
Yo, get the fuck outta
righty.
here.
Thank you, Your Honor, and people of the courts. And it's been a very, very long 1.5 hours. So let's try to wrap up everything. Today, we have heard a pretty precedented case, something that's been done before, and criminals will still do for as long as the sky is blue. But the unusual part, and the more eye-straining part, and the more focused part of this whole court case and this whole ideology is this suspect involved. This defendant has once committed his life and livelihood towards helping the people of Los Santos. But here today in court, we have learned and heard that there is a major exception. Today, the prosecution has proved the premeditation, that there was a clear vendetta against the defendant, and that he had a clear bias against the victim. He wanted to seek revenge for his work, for his partner's injuries, and that was sustained by the victim. Through the testimonies of Cross and Dr. Mercy Moon, we have established a clear timeline of events where we see the exact actions taken both prior and on the scene of the murder established a thought process. In the interrogation evidence, we have seen several testimonies from several established and high-ranking medical officials, all collaborating that Ayub Ali was attacked physically long before the events of the murder. We have also proved that there were a change of gloves in the Ali case, proving inconsistencies. We have proved that there's pure minutes in between the patients being treated by local doctors and the patient being murdered, with the only person in the room being that of the defendant. The availability was just too great and too far to ignore the pure luck and circumstances that were brought to the defendant on a silver platter, and he ate it. The defendant is dishonest. He tried his hardest to cover up by changing his gloves, leaving the scene, lying in interrogation, all while performing his duties as a medical professional, someone who is sworn to protect us. But if he's not here to protect us, who is? This has all been proven today in the court, and I consider to you, Your Honor, that you take that all with face value. Thank you.
If you go up there, Aziz, which you don't have to.
Okay.
I won't.
Anybody else from the prosecution have anything that would
I wanted to say that this hospital is locked down.
Counselor Funkhauser just gave
Go
to
ahead.
us?
Any additions? You want to say it? Go ahead.
What do I say?
Just say it. Just say it. Say what you want.
I also want to make it known that the hospital was in lockdown after I 13 alpha'd. There was no criminals running in and out. There wasn't a hectic, crazy amount of people going in and out. It was just EMS, doctors, and police. All.
That's clearly testimony that wasn't entered.
That's it. All government workers.
Okay. Mr. Rundle.
He wants to say something.
Yeah, it works, James.
Go ahead.
Spittle on it. I was wiping it off.
Oh, thank you, Randall.
Thanks, James.
Did I spittle up?
A little bit, but it's okay.
A little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Spit fire, man.
His name
Okay,
is
moving on to
Malone
defense.
Brown.
They
Malone, what would
I
you
thought
do if they
we
go
were
up there and they go,
fine, but
Malone
they
Brown did it?
That was big.
that was big. Yeah, I alley-ooped you and you slammed
You
dunked in their face.
swang that
Let me remind this
fucking
court that the
yeah.
prosecution has the burden of proof here. The prosecution has to prove to
Yeah,
the
we did
court
prove.
beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant intentionally killed Paul Rovia. Today, the prosecution has brought forth two witnesses, Mercy Moon and Senior
Can I go back and
Deputy
say
Chris
something?
Cross.
Nope.
The testimonies of these two people
anymore.
completely contradict each other, and the prosecution has done nothing to clear up that contradiction.
Double down on
Mercy
the
Moon
finger,
got on
I
the
would've
stand,
double down
and it
on
was very
everything.
clear that she was made it very clear that she was asked to leave the room. She left Ollie Adams for about 60 seconds. She then re-entered the room after stating that Ollie Adams had run out of the room and did not return. She began doing CPR in her own testimony on the victim. She stated that it was for about 3 to 5 minutes before an officer entered the room again, and that was the only person in the room. She's made it clear
Your Honor, if I
that
may.
Ollie Adams was alone in that room and that she had left it.
Your Honor,
and
if
then
I may.
re-entered to be the
Are
sole
you
person in there.
actively
Yeah.
going to object during closings?
If it was under my impression that was allowed. If that's not allowed, then that's okay.
It's allowed, but it's really bad form.
Okay, then I reject. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Continue.
In the
swear to God, all of my
contradicting
life I've been
testimony of
ejected.
Officer
I've been
Cross,
ejected in
he has
closing
stated
all
that
the
he
time.
was in
Oh
the
my
room
God, that's so
treated by
annoying.
Dr. Lennon while Mercy was performing CPR on the victim and Ollie was standing there berating him. At no point was this ever mentioned by Mercy. In the prosecution's presentation, they have timelines that do not match up. They have witnesses who gave a completely different testimony than the other.
Completely different.
Both testimonies stated that the defendant
reach.
was in white gloves. If you've ever tried to put on latex gloves, you know that it would take way more than 60 seconds to remove a pair of white gloves. Put on a pair of blue
I'll
gloves,
object to that.
remove them again,
Come
put on
on.
another pair of white gloves.
How long
And
is
there's
the picture of
simply
blue
not
gloves?
enough time for such an action.
That's ridiculous.
Furthermore, the autopsy
He's not-
itself
there's
states
no way
that both
that
Mercy
crane-
Moon and
there's
Ollie
no way
Adams
he didn't
were in
change
white
that.
gloves,
There's no way.
but then attempts to push the blame onto Ollie Adams in
I'm
her
experienced
own
with latex.
autopsy
You can put that
report.
shit on and
It's
off.
clear
I'm
that the
saying.
autopsy
now,
was
wearing
not
white
done
gloves?
by a neutral party. A neutral party would have been Dr. Leonard, who had been on scene treating Senior Officer Cross, not a person involved in the entire incident. But if we're to believe Mercy Moon's own testimony that she placed herself in the room alone with the victim for over 3 minutes, and yet the entire case hinges on her own testimony alone, she could have been the one that did it herself. We have no other person that has stated
not
that the
gonna lie,
defendant
her
caused
not-
any harm to this person, and even Mercy
questioning
Moon
Mercy
did not
Moon
see it
actually
herself.
fucked your closing
It
really hard.
completely contradicts
This
Senior
entire thing
Officer
should be
Cross's
thrown out.
testimony.
Yeah, she had
There's
absolutely
been
no proof
nothing
whatsoever.
showing that
And
the
I already know
defendant,
Grayson's gonna throw all
beyond a
that shit
reasonable
out
doubt,
because she didn't
committed the
question him.
crime of murder
And
of
they
the
also need to
victim.
have some sort of
So I
defense
must
page.
say,
Yeah, I've
I
literally
if
been
the
told
glove
several
doesn't
times
fit,
that you can
you must
can,
acquit.
You can
They're
do
actually
anything in
using
closing.
O.J. Simpson. They actually used O.J. Simpson.
There's no way.
They
No way.
unironically
That-
used O.J.
They
Simpson.
just OJ does.
Yeah, they
That's
actually
it.
did OJ does.
They just
OJ's a
OJ.
murderer.
They actually
Yeah, they
OJ
100%
does.
OJ does.
Yo, OJ.
That's fuck. OJ.
OJ.
OJ right now, bro.
Myself and the other judges
but-
present are going to go and deliberate. I will be
But
back
I
with
know
verdict.
Grayson. He's
Thank you,
gonna
Your Honor.
take that entire thing
Thank
and
you,
be
Your
like,
Honor.
yeah, but you didn't.
OJ. OJ. The glove didn't fit. OJ.
OJ.
OJ? What's that
It
mean?
takes a long time to put on gloves, guys.
Oh,
OJ,
Crystal doesn't
OJ.
know, guys. Crystal doesn't know.
120 minutes.
Holy
OJ
fuck
was
a
a
moly.
very
What-
famous case
The
way back
glove
in the
did
90s.
fit.
where
the thing.
the main part of the argument is that the glove didn't fit, so they relieved him of all of his charges.
They must have quit.
But he was the murderer.
The glove doesn't.
Oh, jeez.
OJ.
The glove.
OJ, OJ.
It takes over 60 seconds to take off gloves.
It takes over 60 seconds. I cannot believe we got AJ.
Honestly,
You
they
know,
should just
doctors do it
give him
daily.
fucking
Yeah,
the death
man.
penalty for that defense. I'm not even kidding.
Chris Cross can put a condom on.
Hey, this
fuck
is
somebody.
still a good thing in my
Come,
book. I'm up
take it off.
60,000.
Less than 60 seconds.
That's true. I can. I can.
Yo,
What the hell, Toretti?
It's a glove, man.
all I'm saying is, if we're
Classic.
getting hit with the OJ, fuck it, I'll take it. I'll fucking, I'll meet.
Let me go over here. Sorry.
I don't know if
I'm
this
sorry.
is going to be a problem for us anymore.
Oh, did you
Why
kill
do you
him?
say that?
This EMS is going to be known as OJ.
Because I just
from
told him,
now
I just
on.
reminded him that Bayo is part of our department, and he almost shit his pants.
Oh,
What?
He
easy.
is scared to death of Bayo.
Yeah, Big T, we
Oh
really
yeah,
just did
Bayo and I
we
went
got
and stirred
OJ'd.
shit up down there a couple weeks
Murderer.
ago.
Sir, how do
Hey,
you
Big
feel
T.
about the fact that we just got OJ'd?
Yeah, we're getting
What do you
OJ.
mean?
I'm being
They
OJ.
used the glove
You
did
didn't
not
hear it?
fit, so you must have quit as their closing statement.
Ooh,
They
let's-
used it, man.
OJ.
They used it on
Oh, I
me.
like that. Let's see how that
Actually,
pays off.
OJ'd.
But like I said, if
Y'all
this
should have
guy
taken the
goes
glove
free,
out of his
he's gonna be
skull
known
and
as
made
OJ from
it
now
here
on,
in the
forever.
OJ.
Probably
We
pretty
did.
good.
We did. His. Holy fuck, that was so funny. I can't believe they actually said that.
I
shit.
still can't
We
wrap my
even
head
joked
about
about it,
they
and they
have no
actually
should
did
have
it.
made him try it on.
I'm 100% calling him OJ from now on.
OJ,
You guys
OJ.
do it, right?
OJ.
They had
Also,
no
just make
defense.
sure you guys are strapped, just in case Sid stops by. He did ask where I was.
Yo, I got an RPG.
Strapped, don't worry.
No, you don't. No, you
Yo,
don't.
I don't have
Yo.
an RPG.
That's right.
You think
You
the
have an
EMS
RPG?
has like a
No, he
getaway
does
'cause
not.
He was sweating. He was sweating.
I have an RPG.
I
Exactly.
really
Easy.
don't. Big T.
What?
They
Don't
didn't
even
put
go
up
there.
any
Yeah.
defense.
We need to
Like,
grab
I'm
the
so
homing
confused.
launcher.
That's
Don't worry
why I
about it.
lost my
Well,
case.
it's on you guys.
Yeah,
right.
okay,
So-
but her closing was literally saying, "Oh, all this was misinterpreted, etc., contradictory." But they could have just took her up to the stand and proved that. They just refused to do it.
I can't believe
And they
that,
got
man. I
contempt.
actually can't believe it.
They could
I'm
just
up
prove it
60,000.
by fucking bringing her up for whatever
Just said,
recall.
we recall these witnesses, but
Wait, are they
actually no.
deliberating right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're deliberating.
Yeah, they're deliberating.
I got scared for you guys when he was mad about the whole witness stuff, but the defense kind of fumbled the bag.
Yes, they did.
Along.
Yes, they
Here's my
did.
question for you,
Hi,
It's ready.
James.
Have you ever
Kim-
seen a case where
Are you doing
a
okay?
cop
You're
has
in
been
the corner a
called
lot.
as a witness, like specifically? Like they were on the team. They were on the team prosecution team. They were there on scene and everything. Do
Oh,
they have to be
okay, as
called
long
as a
as you're
witness as
okay.
well? Because I've never done that.
Okay, good.
Wait, explain what
They
happened.
they got on us for saying that I didn't specifically call Cross as a witness, even though he was already mentioned in the prosecution team.
Well, I mean, it's because he wasn't on the witness list, right?
Well,
the
he's
issue
gonna
they
be on
had.
a.
I've
But
I've
he's
I've
not
been
able
able
to be called that.
I've been able to call people on the prosecution team every time.
So they're
without
mad
fail.
because Cross testified.
They're mad
Well, no,
because
they
Cross
threw away
wasn't
Rudy
on a.
too. They wouldn't let Rudy testify.
They threw away Rudy's completely.
Hey,
Because he wasn't on the wit list.
Yeah,
Because he
because he
wasn't
wasn't
on the
on the
witness.
list.
Because he was
What
on
are
the
all
prosecution team, but not on the witness list.
In this city,
I guess that makes sense as formalities, right?
No, it doesn't.
I've never
So
had
when we
that.
did
I've
our
never had that.
case, like for our appeal, both you and I went up to the witness stand,
Right.
and we were prosecution. We weren't listed as witnesses.
We weren't. We weren't. We were the
Anytime
main
cops
witness.
are-
And...
Yeah,
But
anytime
it's
cops
not
are
really
on there.
So here
It's
would
not
be
really
my
fair
thing.
for the defense to not have time to prepare.
it doesn't matter.
Rather
now.
a witness statement,
Well, they
rather.
do.
I mean, prosecution can give a testimony, right?
Well,
but
hold on.
for witness statements,
There's a police
it's different,
report, right?
There's also a police report, yes.
There's a police report, and there's their statements from both those officers.
No,
Rudy
not
doesn't have a
Rudy-
statement from there.
Rudy
He's
was-
listed in it.
That's why they let Cross testify because he had a statement, but
Yeah.
they didn't let Rudy. 'cause
That's
He
what the
didn't put
judge said.
anything. Was he in the report at all?
Yes,
It was
his name
his
was on
report.
it. It's
He-
his
You-
You
report.
fingered it up, Rudy.
Oh, then
you really
I'm
fingered it
surprised
up.
that they wouldn't let him
Either way, it's
testify.
Rudy's
Then.
I did the
speaking to.
report. I
And I
probably,
brought it
to
up
be
to the
honest with you, it's
judge,
probably in the Discord.
And his answer
and
was
never got posted in there.
Oh no, ask Bundy.
his
Yeah.
answer
Okay.
was that it wasn't on the witness list, so they didn't have time to prepare a defense against him.
Well, they didn't have a time to prepare a defense at all.
Sounds
it
like the
seems.
defense kind of. Well, that sounds like a classic defense attorney. You know, sliming and sneaking their way through a trial, right? So
To
that's
be
what
honest
happened.
with you, I think
preemptively,
Braun
like,
did. I think
prepare
Braun brought it
something?
up pretty badly.
You should just honestly, to cover your bases next for all your other cases that you have, you should just put yourselves on witness lists if
Yeah.
you are a
For the
witness.
future now.
and
Yeah.
prosecuting.
No,
It
now we know for
was
the future.
Me, Ezra, and
So then the
Rudy's
defense
first
can't
case.
fuck with you. It's okay.
Oh, I know nothing either.
SCU is gonna hear about this and just like try to like clown on you for this.
Yeah, they'll laugh. They'll laugh. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I'll laugh
Oh,
at
yeah,
SCU
I
and
don't
tell them
give
to
a
get on
They'll
the
find
list.
anything.
You do realize we
Even
have
if we
SEO
win.
in the room already, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
they're,
Cool.
I
Hey,
think
SU.
Yeah, they've been standing here
Hardcastle
the
just
entire time.
walked in.
Oh yeah.
No,
Hardcastle.
he's
they
been
were
here
here. They
pretty much
left
the
and
entire
came
time.
out.
Yeah, he's been here the entire time.
I mean, I don't give
Yo,
a shit.
I think I saw Percy.
all I'm
earlier,
gonna
too.
say is I don't care if you guys lose. We're gonna lose to if we lose to the OJ defense. It is what it is. We can fucking joke around.
We ain't losing, bro.
Yeah, that's not lose. That's a win in my book.
Yeah, that's a fucking win.
We ain't losing, bro.
The fact that they had no
OJ.
statements, no nothing from their side, just makes their argument very, very, very weak.
I don't know why they didn't recall Mercy.
I don't know why they
That
didn't
didn't make
say
any
a
I
sense.
don't feel
couple
comfortable
words.
with a murderer as EMS.
Cover himself.
I don't understand why Grayson allowed him to be an EMS still as.
I was gonna say, like, he's been playing the whole time.
He's still at DOC
We're
too.
having a conversation, Cross. Come on.
Damn it.
He has not been working the entire time.
Oh,
We
see?
have checks and monitors for
He
everything.
was there
There you
for
go.
that.
You're a liar, okay? So
Yeah,
don't fucking
no.
lie, because you talked
I'm
to me
not lying.
specifically,
Hey,
and you
hey,
literally
hey, hey.
unsuspended
Are we
him
supposed to just formal for it?
10 minutes after his bail hearing. Okay?
Here, we have checks and bounds. You guys didn't know what we
Excuse
did.
me, I need
There
to
was
tell
no
us
checks
what
and
we
balances.
did.
Riv,
Okay.
I
Tell us
literally
what
had
we
to
did.
fucking
Tell us what we
call
did.
you, Riv.
So
I had to
strict.
call
We
you
had
and ask
checks
you
and
why
bounds
he was
for everything.
alone.
Riv,
And
here's
you
my
said,
point
oh,
on this.
I
What
don't
did we
know.
have?
That's probably
Do you know what we
not
have?
good. I don't care
Do
what
you know
you
what
had,
checks and
regardless
boundaries
of
did
what
we have
happened.
for him?
What? It doesn't matter, Riv. I don't care if you fucking
doesn't
had him on a
matter.
leash.
Who's this guy over here? Where's
Riv,
this guy?
Here. Okay. You don't want to hear it? That's fine.
What's your name?
You feel me?
What the
That's
hell?
Ayub.
You're
Give a
you?
fuck.
Calm down, Cooper.
Yeah,
Calm down,
that's
Cooper.
that's the
fuck?
victim.
You're
That's the
here?
victim in all this.
Oh my,
And no
calm
one
down.
called him up.
I didn't feel the need to.
We
Let me
didn't
see your
need
hand,
to.
man.
We don't need to.
You mean PTSD?
You're missing a finger? Which hand is it? Let me see your finger.
One EMS wearing a cape, fucking
Ah, your pinky. You're missing your pinky, huh?
He has gloves on.
Who took it from
We
you?
don't question the EMS anymore.
Oh, the Rovia.
I think half of them are like cat ladies or something like that.
The one that died.
Postal. He's the
Ah,
first one to
okay.
Oh, good. Good that he's dead then.
Alright, Julie.
No, what the fuck? No, it's
No,
not good
bad
that
that
he's
He
he's
should have been
dead.
locked up. Okay, that's
Should have been
dead.
in jail.
Prison.
Okay, good that he is no longer with us.
I mean, by that statement, Slick, you should be dead because you have literally murdered people.
Probably yes or no. Yeah.
Only
wait,
3.
no.
You've killed 3 people, Slick?
Well, I've only been convicted of
What do you
killing
mean it
3.
depends?
Okay.
What do you mean it depends?
If you get caught in the
Open that case
crossfire.
back.
Yep.
What's your
I have
fucking? What's
first
your
degree
real
murder,
name?
second degree murder, and manslaughter.
What's your real name?
James McGlue. James McGlue.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, just you know.
Okay.
I don't think the manslaughter ever got.
Yeah,
put
I
on
think the real
right
question
record.
here is how well can you see without your glasses?
3 times attempted second degree murder.
Oh,
1
pretty well.
second degree murder.
No,
3
no,
times
yeah,
attempted
shall-
first.
shall-
1
I
first degree
mean,
murder.
It's like
That makes sense.
3 times terrorism.
Yeah.
Oh.
People
Okay,
become little
yeah.
blobs.
Prostitution, human trafficking,
You hear that?
desecration of a
Prostitution.
human
I mean, I
corpse.
can
All you gotta-
see.
All you gotta do is knock off her glasses, go into a crowd of people, and she'll never know who's shooting
I
at.
would. I
True.
would.
Public
Doesn't show
indecency,
because common misconception.
evidence tampering.
People
Jesus
often
Christ,
hide
James.
under desks or chairs.
I almost got
Better
witness
thing to do is
tampering
just
once.
break a window and
It's
get the
on
fuck
there.
out of there.
Oh no, you have evidence tampering.
That works better.
That is true. True.
Why
I
would I
almost
feel like
thought
if
they were
You're a
this is
psycho.
not gonna go well,
You
I
need
don't
help.
Especially not myself after he
You think
knows
so?
Shelly's in Parsons. Maybe I could go
Why is Shelly in Parsons?
What the fuck did Shelly do?
Because she tried to shoot me right in front of Suarez.
Fuck?
For not doing their fucking job.
Me
Hey, I
and Suarez
hey,
were
hey,
having
you-
an intervention with her.
I just want you to know I appreciate you.
The witness
But
thing.
also,
And you're a
they were
good
saying
one.
the whole glove, they were glove
You better make sure to
fragments.
get off this island.
Yeah, no,
Let's
it
just say I used
wasn't.
to have.
Yeah,
I'm probably.
you-
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna get yelled at
Why-
by all
why
of them
would they read my
afterwards.
report, you know?
That's gonna be.
Why?
the thing.
I,
I think-
listen, hey, regardless of what the
If you
court
look at the
rules,
docket, I
if
was
you,
never
Whoa,
approved
whoa,
as a
told you
witness.
he's
for
about
the
to-
there's more than
defense.
enough
They
evidence.
suggested
This
their
guy
past
fucking
it was
changed
never
gloves.
him.
He didn't have any. He put on
Yeah,
brand new
that's why
white gloves and then
Shrike
lied
And
and said he had them on
the-
since Paul
the
Rovia, Trivia,
has
even though they were
confused
brand new.
themselves because
Like, this
Cross
guy,
and
he
I are
fucking
speaking of
ass.
different timelines throughout that whole incident.
I don't.
Oof, that's not good.
I think both sides good and better. I'm not sure if you're gonna get.
And I know
one.
people.
I made the time like very, very.
Yeah, and what? How are you?
Well, I
Like, it's
saw
not
you
on you to remember if Paul is talking
about
shit.
that.
If he was talking
That
shit
wasn't
to
on
Paul's
issue.
dead body while you're doing
Well, honestly,
CPR.
I'm
It's
trying
fucking
to, like-
ridiculous.
Northern Ireland and Scotland.
I'm trying to help the guy. I'm not paying attention to this fucking loser. And the whole all the defense did is
Yeah, I mean,
try and
we haven't
try
really-
and slander me. Do you know how many people have
we
come
haven't
after me and how many times I've retaliated? Not fucking
We
one.
used to hang out a little bit.
And I'm not gonna start now. Not for people like that.
I do think that the defense owes you an apology, because they were
They can fuck
very,
off.
very hard on your name.
But they
For
have
no
no
reason.
evidence.
No, they don't. And the reason they're pushing it on you is because, admittedly, so you were fucking, you know, you were sent to jail. But
Well, right, and it is what it is. Like,
Can
shit happens.
EMS? Sorry, can EMS call time of
Ambro's
death?
looking kind of good. Yeah, that's
No,
why
they
Cross is
didn't
back
either.
with her, bitch.
No, I'm
I called
asking.
time of death.
I'm asking. Can EMS call time of death?
No, they can't.
Not officially. No.
So then you would have to go back in there anyway to call time of death. So even if
Well,
he
okay,
was
so
dead before you got in there, I don't
the
even know
room
the
being
full story.
empty. The patient is willing to cooperate with EMS. They're not willing to cooperate with me. They've told me to fuck off, essentially. So what am I supposed to do?
Crystal,
Force
did you
myself into
like
that
living as a
situation?
hobo
I'm not
more
allowed
than
to do.
now?
So he's cooperating with the EMS. The EMS tells me to leave. The officer had never shown up. What am I supposed to do?
See, go tell
Or so
Teresa.
you did nothing wrong. That's why you were acquitted of your charges.
I know, but now I'm fucking slandered on the stand.
Maybe I'll go be a hobo again.
Like I said,
don't know
it's
if
a
that's
last-
really
And I still have to
agree.
deal with this whole
No, there's
band
some
of
things nice
little
too.
idiots.
I think that they owe you a apology
We'll see what the
personally.
verdict is anyway. You know, we'll see.
And they're lying to you. He was back on duty the day he got
I
released
know.
from prison.
Have you seen
I know.
my
I
NBC
talked to Rib.
profile?
Oh, yeah,
the
we
day
know.
of. I literally talked to him, and Rib said,
I got
said,
work
why is he?
conditions and he didn't.
Yeah. Well, do you know why that happened?
Sometimes I wish I could
Because he told Grayson he was suspended, so
Yes,
so Grayson
he
wouldn't
told,
implement anything.
Yeah, he told Grayson he was suspended from EMS, and then as soon as the
Irregular.
bail hearing ended, Riv unsuspended it from EMS. I called Riv, tried to speak to him. Riv said, "Oh, yeah, I unsuspended him." I was like, "Okay, well, he's working
What?
alone then. Why? Like that shouldn't. If you're gonna unsuspend him, I can't
Yeah, I'm a
stop
cop.
you. But why is he working alone?" And he gave no
What?
explanation and said, "Oh, I'll make sure that he's being checked on and works
don't
with
shoot me,
somebody
though.
for like maybe a week." He said. Like,
Well,
what?
welcome to a department that has absolutely no leadership, and their
Yeah,
only
I am.
purpose is to embarrass us.
Yeah,
Fuck
the fact that he was
mercy.
able to work the very next day after allegedly committing murder, that's just
Honestly, just keep
terrible.
an eye on him. He does shit like this all the time. This is not the first time. Police don't answer our 911s when we need help because of the EMS.
I could pull out cars.
I have heard
Swap Cat Freaking Friday. Dude,
It-
that would be
it's-
so
it's also
fucking funny.
in a-
Actually.
I want you to speak to-
we get
from
a
our- from
curse
our
or some
perspective,
shit,
Mercy.
and
We
we're
do get a
in each
lot
other's
of calls,
bodies.
and we do have a lot of attention grabbing. I do want to try and actively help out you guys because I understand you guys are a pretty valuable asset to the state. But you know, we can't be everywhere. You know,
And
we
I
have
know
things that,
that.
require
I
every
agree.
single cop.
And I understand your frustrations, and I will do my best, and I will do my due diligence to respond to calls made by medical staff as a priority.
I'm just saying we're in a position where we cannot do anything about them, and everything we have tried has failed. So things
I
like
get
this
it.
are going to continue to happen, and they're going to continue to incriminate us.
Yeah, I understand, and I understand why you're rightfully angry. And honestly, I won't lie, we fumbled a little bit on certain things, but we genuinely did our best to get this guy locked up for what he did and to clear your name.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Like at the end of the day, I really don't think he's going to be found guilty here, but I'm glad you guys tried.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Where's Demi at?
The fact that all the EMS are there too, after knowing all the facts, is gross to me.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I
best
mean, the
part.
fact where he let it
The best
slide,
part.
he let them say that about.
In the beginning, they say that I tried to conflict lawyers against him. I went through 7 lawyers because he actively conflicted every lawyer against me, that I had to go to a lawyer that hasn't been in town for months just to get a
Believe
lawyer.
me, I fucking know, because we couldn't get a prosecutor either, because all the lawyers were fucking
You were
conflicted.
that desperate.
Yeah, what's up?
Boss, we got some real problems. Hale's acting up.
What is he doing?
He's talking about how he's joined. Go look at his profile on the MDW.
Okay, I'm going to be in my head for 2 seconds.
And then he's talking
Charlie
about
in the
how
shoe.
he has keys to the Gulag Gang's houses
here,
and access to their
Here's the
cars.
shoey.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, the thing is with Hale is he thinks it's cool to be a criminal for whatever reason because he's a brain dead moron. So
It is cool to be a criminal.
You have to understand that you employed this guy, and honestly,
Oh, so it's
that's
my
on you.
fault. Okay,
Please
you
hire me,
kinda
Toretti.
You kind of rolled him.
Goddamn. Absolutely wrong.
It's like,
man.
are you in debt right now?
Shit, what's the matter
Yo,
with you?
Cross, come
They
listening to this
snitched,
guy.
And they helped me out. So
Hey, snitch.
yes.
This is your man's, Cross? This is your man's right here?
I mean, he's my.
You guys denying Gulag gang shooting at us at races and boosts.
That's after the fact, like the whole aggressive shit
This was
started
bef-
happening.
The reason we got aggressive
Before-
is because they started doing that.
There's literally
No, all I'm-
Richard, and then
I'm telling
all
Angel.
of
Yeah,
GG.
I'm
telling
That,
Angel
that
about
must be a shift 2 thing. That,
I'm
that
telling
must be like
Angel
a
about
shift
It
you.
is
2.
a shift 2.
Yo,
As
all
far
I'm
as-
Yeah,
saying
that's
is,
definitely a shift 2. That's a shift 2.
shift
not a
one.
shift
Pay
3.
attention to
Shift
current
1,
events,
2,
Hale,
3.
you fucking
Shift,
caveman.
shift 1 and 2, but shift 3 is just different. You know, we just don't get
yo,
shot. You know.
all I'm saying is I'm with Toretti. Every single chance I get to shoot Richard, I'll take it. I'm glad
I don't even see Richard, to be honest.
I'm telling Angel about
They
you.
don't have to shoot cops
Bruh.
in shift 3 because they're subpar and can't keep up with anybody. So
True.
Okay, that's false.
just the way it is.
But we actually catch him like
Maybe-
fairly.
Maybe a few good drivers. Shift 3.
Besides
The
Garcia.
three, oh, they've actually been going pretty well on racers. They
Yeah.
got like a lot of cars that
Yeah, we
they
got like
about-
I
5
was
cars
about
in like
to-
one race.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Oh, I got
impossible
another
not
one.
to during fucking DNF week. I mean, if you do, you're shit. If you don't, there's a
I was
wasn't
about to say Garcia,
fucking-
but then you beat me to it. Oh, I got 2.
I've seen Garcia around.
Big Merv, Big Merv,
Chris,
and
do you have access to SRU channel?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Still? How long have you been probing?
Fucking a month and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, I
How
didn't
long were
know
you
until
probing
like the
for,
meeting.
Can I have it
Like a
then?
month now?
I'll take it.
Yeah, I was
Are
like a
you in
week or
the-
a week.
do you have access to it or
two
no?
More than
No.
Okay.
Big
No,
Merv and
that's usually why I
Chin
never
Zone.
knew about
Listen,
this until the
I don't mean
meeting
to put
happened.
Bones on blast, and I don't want him to get in trouble, so don't say shit. Or he wouldn't get in trouble, but don't say shit as is. But Bones was on duty for like a week after getting SRU, went fucking LOA for like 3 weeks, came back one day and got it. So
Yeah, they knew. They knew
Okay.
though.
all
He
right.
communicated and they knew about it.
So
Not
not that I'm saying he shouldn't get it. I'm just saying I think like I should be
Hale,
up for it.
I
at this
want to
point.
tell you this before your probie period ends. There have been some talks. I want you to focus a little bit more on your spacing in pursuits. All right?
Asparagus.
Okay. First of
Okay.
all, my spacing is good.
I'm telling
but
you straight
the
from
one-
SRU.
the-
If
okay,
you want to
the
argue it,
one
you're gonna have to
incident-
bring it
bro.
up with the higher reps.
Bro, the one incident where my spacing was
Well,
like you
I
guys
mean,
called out
Jeeves
fucking
doesn't
this
have
dude
any
Ox
authority on
Long.
there. I don't
My
want him
spacing
to
was good. I don't
go
know what the
anywhere.
fuck happened, but this dude was driving straight, then all of a sudden it hit a fucking palm tree out of fucking
Hey,
nowhere.
why are you arguing, man?
Bro, that was the
Say
only
yes.
one incident.
I mean, there's been more. They've listed more. I just
One
say just
more?
watch out. The more, yeah, there's been more.
Motherfuckers need to communicate that shit to me because
That's
I've
why I'm
never, no one's
here.
communicated.
Hello,
now,
I'm here communicating.
Now,
I can
no one's communicated shit to me before. You said
I'm
more.
here. I'm
Motherfucker, you
here.
said there's more
Motherfucker, I'm
bro,
here.
you
They
said
add
more
up, and I'm
incidents,
here.
huh?
Said I'm conversing.
PD
Alright.
comms.
As
Jesus
your
fucking
higher
Christ,
up,
right? Jesus fucking Christ.
I did have a very similar situation with someone else the other day. But listen, I'm telling you right now, okay? You just need to
This
chill,
is how I
focus your
just talk to
spacing,
everyone
keep
about
good
the problems
distance.
I have with people.
Don't be hot on their ass
Easy.
like crazy. Give primary a little bit of distance.
Bro, if I want to, I can say that about other people too. The fuck?
Sure, and you can
Yes,
once you
you
get
can.
it full
You
SRU,
can.
you can.
Exactly. Right now you're
it's better
probing.
to, talk
Remember
about
when
it
you were a
sooner
cadet and we
before
were
it piles
walking
up
on
and it just
eggshells
gets
and we had to
worse.
yes ma'am, yes sir,
You always
do
need
this,
to talk
do
about it
that,
as soon as it
yes ma'am.
happens. It's the best way to do it.
Same shit now.
Because at least now they know the issue. and
Get
they
your
can
full
work on it.
position and then you can start doing your shit.
And then if they communicate it again, it's not like, oh, I didn't know.
Yep.
Jeez, those gloves fit you well, or
Oh, if the glove don't
Can
fit,
you take it off
you
in
must
60 seconds to
quit.
show us?
OJ. Look, I love how the fucking one of the Cuban federales showed up about it too. He's fucking here. He heard the fucking signal, the OJ signal.
Yo, where's Cuban
Guys,
Tom
it's
Hanks? I gotta
taking me 2
convince him
minutes
to
to
go
take
up
off
there.
my
you know?
gloves,
I don't know,
guys.
but Leo's here.
No, you can't do that.
Come off.
God, where the fuck is Osvaldo? We need Osvaldo over
We
here.
need him, bro.
Okay, that's so
It's
fucking
not
stupid.
just taking off, it's taking off and putting
shit,
on.
sorry, guys, I
Clearly,
just
that
changed my
takes
whole
5
outfit
minutes.
two
at
times.
least.
What happened?
I'm sorry, my bad.
Whoa,
guys.
where did those outfits come from, bro?
I carry my uniform on me, dumbass, just in case.
What about your?
Okay,
Do you keep
gotcha,
a wig on you at all times too?
There was no wig. It was just. It was.
I peed on his
It was
head.
the light. It was the light.
It was the light.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'd use certain like light angles to make it look like I had blonde hair like Big T.
Sure.
You ever drink pee before?
It didn't look like Big T
What
at
the
all. Anyway.
fuck?
Sorry.
Get the hell away from
I'm getting fucking tow calls because I forgot to sign out.
Oh crap! I forgot to.
The vehicle's waiting to be processed.
Nice.
I got the same notification.
Dude, I do remember Cuban Tom Hanks
yeah.
from so
Hey,
far
Warren.
back.
Freestyle at all? Like, what's going on?
This guy goes into
We are in
GG's
the
fucking
courthouse.
makeshift shit studio and thinks he's a fucking rapper now.
Yeah.
We're in a courthouse. Why would we spit some bars?
Yeah.
Yeah, press a hell, yeah. He's so stupid, yeah. He's so
Yep.
dumb, yeah. He's so
So dumb.
ugly, yeah.
Yeah.
He can't
His eyes are
drive,
beady,
yeah.
yeah.
He is
Bam,
a
bam.
bad
Hell,
cop, yeah.
I'm
he
an
is a shit
SRE,
cop, yeah.
yeah.
Not for long, yeah.
I'm
You're dog
GG.
shit,
I'm a
yeah.
senior deputy.
You
I'm
think you're
finna air
cool
out
to
this.
be-
I'm
What?
finna air out this
What?
courtroom. Yeah.
What?
Hale's about to
Out.
fail.
I'm
Yeah,
finna
'cause
air
you're
it
about
out.
to, yeah.
Stop,
I'm finna
stop,
air it out.
stop.
Oh,
We
he's
need
gonna
to
go
take
postal.
it serious here, fucker.
Oh
Yeah,
my
this is
god.
actually
We're
court
taking
for
a nap
murder.
first.
This is
Talk
a
to this
first
guy.
degree murder case.
Murder one court.
Wait, to who?
Sorry,
Hale
I was
needs-
getting really
I'm gonna
getting
need
into it.
Cross and Aziz and maybe even Bones to sit this bozo down. He's getting out of control.
Why you say Bones?
Why not?
Real recognize
not?
real, man.
Yeah, that's
Bones
right.
is, Bones is lower ranked.
Well, you know, for now.
How is Bones a lower rank than you, Hale? That doesn't make sense.
No.
Taking
And
out
Bones is
rocket
corporal
launchers
material.
and hanging out with GG.
Listen, I should do like good work in
What?
shift 3,
What?
right?
Where?
Okay,
Where?
listen,
Where?
listen, Hale. I need to see you. I need to see a picture of you knocking out Richard when he tries to uncuff somebody. Okay. I need him
Oh,
laying
that's
on
a
the
good one.
ground
Slay his ass
after you
out.
knocked him out because he tried to uncuff somebody on
Yo,
a scene.
say less. I'm in war.
Yo,
with
he does
GG,
that
bro.
all the time. So it
Yeah.
should be easy to fucking knock him the fuck out.
You
Yes.
go.
Chris,
It's
are you
not-
gonna go knock him
It's
out?
not too hard, man. I
We're
handled
with
them all by
Kiki.
myself at Otto's.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
don't forget on Friday it's gonna be at
War with
Friday
each
Oh
night.
other.
yeah,
Night.
make sure you're
This is
awake,
okay.
Aziz.
The
Friday.
Interceptor.
Friday,
What's happening
Aziz.
Yep.
Friday?
Oh, Crystal, are
Yep,
you helping
Friday.
us
The
Friday?
The HOA are gonna attack the
Friday?
SDSO again.
Yep.
Yeah, Friday.
I'll be
Friday.
there.
Probably. It might be
Oh,
a
I
there
was
might be
there
a
for the
fist
first
fight too.
one.
I know
Yep.
you had to be there for the second one.
I already
Yeah,
have a
Roy
plan.
kinda-
You had to be there
I'll
for
be
round
there.
two. Roy did fuck up. He told them to get back up.
Yeah, Roy told him to bring every single person from the HOA. we were down bad on numbers. We were not ready for that.
And then
Was there
fucking
more
Cooper
was there
wasn't
more
even-
HOA than cops?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm on there.
And then Cooper
SDSO
gets
members.
blasted without even being on duty. Like, running to
Wow, I feel like if I
SDSO.
seen that, I would laugh really
Because he's
hard.
transferring.
Yeah,
I feel like if you did, he would.
I'm just
But
telling
don't worry,
you,
our
it
son
looks
laughs
real
with
good
that.
on you, man. That's all I'm saying. It
Actually,
looks
Yeah, that
real
that
good
looks
on you.
good. That looks
Does
good.
look pretty good. That
Does look
feels
really
good.
good, Aziz.
What if I got one?
You know, all I'm saying is, if
Chris,
they
come
come to
on,
Sandy, I
come
know
on the
there's
right
a
side.
there's a nice little bar. You know,
Flying
nice little liquor
shooters.
store I
Sweet.
can bunker
Fun
out
family
in.
things.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was so funny.
Friday, yeah.
That shit
I'll
was
be
We
there.
can
so
use
funny.
we can use Psych Carter's house.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
we can
hey,
make
worst
ourselves
case
in there.
scenario,
Or
we
how
can keep
about-
the Lost because
D,
it
are you
is their
authorizing
area.
No,
the
fuck
Psych
them.
Carter
What? Fuck
special
the Lost.
escape?
We don't use it. We're handling this shit on our own. We're gonna put the HOA in the fucking dirt
Yep.
on our own. But what we should do, good plan here, is we pretend like we're inside Carter's house hiding, and then when they go in there, we actually have a bomb and we blow them
But
all
why
up.
would they go in there though?
Yeah, why would they
Kill
go
us?
inside Sarkana's house?
Because
What if-
I
what if we
guess
just
I
went
said we
into
have to
Psych Carter's
pretend like
house?
we're in there.
What if we use the Psych Carter special escape route?
Oh, we go in there and then
I
we
forgot
never get
Hortense
seen
was
again.
right there. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we go in there, we disappear. Good luck,
Damn,
bro.
who's that
I'm
guy?
in Narnia. I was 7.
Oh wait, I understand.
There just
Hey,
wasn't
who
any
was
way to
that guy?
continue it over the weekend. No
Yeah, you
HOA
look good.
were
You
around,
look good.
so I had to let
Yeah.
it die.
Hey, has anyone seen my wallet? I think I lost my wallet earlier.
Really?
Yeah, I had about like $4,000 and it has my driver's license.
Oh, sorry,
I think
Crystal.
Kale
That's
had
not
it.
good.
Hale, do you have my driver's license?
No, I don't. I just
Yeah.
got on duty, bro.
Hey, has anyone found the wallet? I might have dropped my wallet
God, he's
somewhere
so
here.
broke.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Is he?
Trudy, I caught a drug trafficker.
Oh yeah, who'd you
The
catch?
Cubans. The Cubans.
Oh,
got
I
it.
can't remember his name.
Cubans got my wallet.
Oh, I got one
Yeah.
too.
I had
Here.
$4,000.
I got my
If you-
He's right here.
He's from
Who's got my ID?
what is it called? Royal Mafia, I think.
Oh,
I can't remember his name.
same. Mine's Jacob Pibb.
Hey.
Oh,
you got
Jacob.
my
Yeah,
ID?
that's who it is. Yep,
Oh, you
yep.
caught Jacob Pimp.
Visa.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, look at lab coat and everything.
Uh-oh.
Is it a good time to tell you I've been
Oh.
restreaming this
Wait, he
entire
didn't
game?
guess?
Yeah, I
Wait,
don't give a
what?
shit. Do whatever the fuck you want,
Rose over
dog.
there? Where's the Rose?
Give a
Come
fuck
over
less.
here.
Rose, come over here.
Come on, Rose.
Come over with
What?
Come inside.
Got my fucking driver's
I didn't know
license.
if I was allowed to be.
Of
over
course, you're
there.
one of us. Come on.
Put the weapon away.
Didn't see that
Do you
coming.
even need backup?
Who's got my wallet?
Oh my god.
Who's that?
Bro, what is
Yo,
happening?
Big T, Friday, can we deploy a Sonora Desert Sniper?
Wait,
That's-
please look at
oh.
Oxlong's newest
Yeah,
tweet.
deploy the own.
Okay, remember, I'm pretty sure I got sniped on Friday, so I mean, I feel like we need more 14 on Friday.
Bro, what is going on?
Oxlong really has nothing to do when he's on duty, doesn't he?
No.
I need to get air certed before Friday.
You do.
don't
You
I?
need to talk to Copper. We need air.
Can I just like be air without having to do comms and flying?
Yeah, if you can get
Shit,
someone to do
that's actually
comms, but I
very
think
funny.
they make you do both before you become.
Penis.
Yep, they do.
I hate I have a hard time doing.
So what do you mean?
flying
I'm a-
and
I'm a-
comms.
Fuck Daxter. All my homies hate Daxter. Daxter a bitch.
Okay,
It's just so hard finding someone like
I just,
being
like,
there at the right moment to get airborne training. You know.
Ooh, I
They
want
did.
one
They
for
did
me
steal
too.
his
I
bit,
want
but
you
it
want
is
to give
still
me air
funny
one? I know how to
regardless.
fly. I just like I have a hard time with like comms and flying at the same time.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Help! Leo, run!
Going for
Hey,
cuffs.
Stop! Don't you
Ow!
touch me, bro! Don't you fucking touch
Kill the old man!
me, bro! Quit it before I air you guys out.
We're going for Randall.
I just want them out. I don't really care.
Yeah, ball cut's part of GG. Watch out.
Yeah, what's good, bro?
For it.
Hale's part of GG.
You handcuff me, man. You handcuff me.
Shit.
I'm gonna handcuff you, bro.
How did that
Handcuff you,
happen?
bro.
Leave him alone!
I'm sorry, man.
Leave him alone!
Oh, you're good.
Ow!
Him!
God, he stabbed me.
Ow! He's fucking stabbing me! Shoot him! Shoot his ass! James, drop the knife now or I'm fucking blowing you the fuck away, James. I'm gonna end your miserable old life, you fucking dirty little fuck.
That was a karambit. Oh, he has a.
James, you got this.
Guys! He's fucking stabbing me! Shoot him!
I missed.
Listen,
Oh my god!
Wait, Cross, listen. I already had the taser out. I didn't have time to pull my gun out.
I have my gun out, but
Oh my god!
Oh my god, really?
Stab somebody.
What up, court?
James Randall just stabbed me.
Wait,
No,
no,
no, actually, no. Actually,
Yeah, he
handle,
just
like,
fucking
lots of
stabbed
things
me and
wrong.
nobody shot his ass.
Oh, okay.
Listen, Cross.
What do you
I'm
want
gonna
done with
shoot
this
him
one, Aziz?
because I had-
Are you
I-
asking
I-
about
I-
me?
I-
He had my
chance of
ID
tasing
card. I
him
think he's got 4,000. Does he have money
he
on
could
it?
stab you again,
Hello.
but-
Well, I don't know. You check. No. Find his hat.
$26. Where's my money?
Get money, need money, bro. I just
What do you
fucking
mean?
got here, bro.
What do you mean you just got here? You have
What
my
is that
driver's license on you.
911?
Leo Escobar is a
I don't
beautiful
know.
man. who is
See, listen
also
to him.
innocent.
Also, I helped.
I can take you downstairs. There's cells downstairs.
No,
Look
no,
at
no,
the
no, 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 no. I want to
can
go
take
to.
you
I
downstairs.
don't. No, sell, no sell, bro, no sell, no sell.
Where'd you get my ID card from, man? Why'd you steal my wallet?
I don't.
Grab your
think,
hat,
you
man.
know. Ah, gracias.
Where my money at?
Okay,
You want medical
money,
insurance?
need
What's
money,
the problem
bro.
here?
Where my money
Okay,
at?
money, need money, bro. I don't have your money, bro.
The judge said it was EMS.
Hey, Murphy,
Just cut
Murphy,
him. Just
Murphy.
let him go.
Ah, que hola, Mufi.
I'm this man's attorney. What seems to be the
Oof,
problem
see,
here?
see.
This
Oof,
man was
misunderstanding.
found with my possession and he swung
No,
at
no,
me.
no, not true, not true.
So I get.
Yeah,
Did
my
you get it
driver's
off me, you
license.
son of a bitch?
Hey,
Should've
what'd you
brought
say about
Possession
my
is
money?
9/10 of the law.
Yeah.
Shit boring at the grain, bro.
Okay, what about the assault?
Yeah.
Finders
I don't know.
keepers.
What the hell? What do you mean
No, I don't
finders
have to
keepers?
keep it.
Just keep
Defending his
it.
private property.
It's my, it got my name on
Thank
it.
you.
And he was like, yeah, I'll bring this.
No,
up for sure.
anybody could. Hey, bro, that's like
Yeah,
saying,
that's
you know,
good.
just because you have a police vest on, it belongs to the police,
Also,
bro.
it should've
No,
been,
you
I'm
have
exotic, man. Ain't no one else caught. I see Sultan, man. It's me.
Okay.
It's
No,
me.
but not true, bro.
Bro, I can't believe James Randall
You
actually
what?
just
Yeah,
snapped
no
on
shit.
this.
Not true.
All right. Well, who's to say he didn't find it
Oh,
and
here
was
we
going
go
to return
again.
it to you?
See, bro.
Little soul.
They probably chased somebody with the class
Listen,
2. You got
listen,
gunned down.
because
That's what it was.
it wasn't.
It
You
was
were running
probably a
away
solo-
with my
Are you
fucking
okay, by the
driver's
way?
license.
You got
Yeah,
stabbed.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
okay.
okay.
man.
Where's
I'm
my
okay.
wallet?
He's
I
just,
don't
he's
know,
just,
bro.
he's
Get
an
wallet
old
me,
man.
wallet,
He
bro.
needs to
Why-
just skim
Why'd
me
you
a
push
little
me?
bit.
Why'd you put hands on me, huh?
No, you put hands on me
That's how it
first,
is.
bro.
No.
Asshole.
See, bro.
You lower your tone.
I'm trying to get me
okay?
killed.
No, you lower
Mr.
your
Hands of
tone.
God. Mr. Hands of God. There's witnesses here.
Yo, this guy
Let's go,
ain't gonna
let's
lie.
go.
This dude sounds like Picadillo.
Let's get,
Lower your
let's get a little
tone, okay?
space between these chests.
No, it's okay. We're close enough. This is good. Look at me in the eye. Look at me in the eye.
Look at you, bro.
Sure.
Did you steal my fucking wallet?
Que no, bro. I no thief ni pinga, bro. You don't understand me, bro. I no thief, bro. I no thief. I no thief.
Why didn't you just say that in the beginning, man? Why do you have to go all over?
You
Why
don't
you...
fucking understand, bro.
No, you called me blood, man. I ain't
Where
blood.
me friend, bro? Where? I call you brother.
Oh,
But yeah, he does sound like
brother.
Picadillo.
Brother.
OJ,
See, that's the language
OJ.
barrier. I'm ESL, you know, so I don't really
OJ,
understand.
OJ.
Okay, bro. We have mutual understanding here, bro.
OJ. All right, then we're both ESL. OJ, okay.
Okay. I
They're
find
back.
him
They're
thief,
back.
bro.
They're
I
back. They're
find him
back. They're
thief.
back.
I
They're
find
back.
him
They're
thief.
back. They're back.
Okay.
Oh, they're back. Okay, I need you to go
Okay,
back now,
okay,
all right?
okay,
All right.
okay.
Take care.
Okay.
Uber Federali.
Human Federal. Time to lose? Yeah, probably.
You didn't want the seat this time? Or?
I can take the seat. It's okay. I jumped over it, in case you were wondering. Crystal, come sit down, Crystal. Come on.
Yeah, my MDW is just real slow.
My leg.
Okay.
My
I'll make
legs.
the warrant on James.
The other seat. Other seat.
Oh, see, okay, you're right.
Nah, I mean, like, as
my
much as I
legs, they're getting
dislike
tired, bro.
Cord, I want him, dude. I mean, this guy's a
James is
fucking
back, by the
EMS that killed somebody. I want him in jail.
Okay.
He should be fired.
Yo, over under,
You're
he's
good
gonna be
man.
like, yo, I need some more time on this.
OJ.
Bro, Slick, get the fuck out of here.
Under because the
Sorry.
defense didn't even testify.
What the? Why are you sitting
That's
on?
not your
Oh,
seat,
fair. I
man.
didn't even see him.
Look, they're tweeting
So-
White Glove Gang. It's so cringe.
Crystal, are you a corporal now?
Of course not.
Okay. Is everybody here? Is everybody present?
You won't want that responsibility, probably.
All right, all right.
Believe so, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's already a surprising senior.
Before I begin with my verdict for
believe
this
it's
case, I'm going to
reporting
draw
murder.
all your attention to the big
Unbelievable.
screen. That man there's Paul Rovia. He's dead. And
Yeah, it looks
all
like one of our Sandy folks.
indications, due to the massive head trauma
Yo,
he
aren't they at the
suffered
NBC
at
docs?
Viceroy Medical, indicate he may have been murdered. Or at least he died a violent death. He has been failed so massively here today, I don't know where to begin. He's dead. He is not coming back. His life is over, cut short tragically. Now, I've just looked at this man's criminal history, and I don't give a shit. Some of my best friends are violent felons, as I'm sure most people in this room have friends or family who are. Living in Los Santos is just part and
Hey, I'll
parcel of
preach.
the world, right? So why did this man's death lead to what happened in this courthouse here today?
This is sounding good.
Is this a rhetoric question?
All
or-
need to look at yourselves and assess whether or not you put in the work and the effort required
Nope.
to prosecute or defend
I
a
didn't.
murder one charge. The conduct in this courthouse by both sides has been abhorrent. You have stepped on, talked over, tried to direct the court.
I don't think it was that bad,
and assert
actually, at all.
dominance. Man,
I
you
think it was
have
pretty light.
won, and no right to even attempt it. The docket was a
That's on me,
shit
gang.
show,
That's on me.
and it has continued today. Now,
With all due
Mr.
respect, Your
Adams,
Honor, I don't want to be
not
here.
to tell you that I know you are innocent, because I don't.
Here we go.
But, frankly, it has not been proven today that you committed this crime beyond any form of reasonable doubt.
Damn, bro.
Thus, Mr. Adams, I am finding you not guilty. That is the verdict of this court. Cartwright, I want to talk to you.
Ollie, come here.
Garcia, over here.
Thank
Move.
you. Why is he doing
Here,
this?
You don't know?
Ollie.
I did it.
All right. Well,
Man,
sorry,
I gotta
sorry.
still give them contempt, Your Honor. I gotta give them contempt.
Yes, you do.
I'm coming. I'm billing their asses.
Yeah, you get that. You
Out
get
of my
that.
way.
You get that bag, man. You get the bag.
God, that
Don't
was
worry.
boring.
Hello.
Fuck, Jesus Christ.
That dude murdered him. Jesus.
He did that shit. A blind man.
The glove didn't fit, you guys.
That was disgusting. Ugh.
How come I was found guilty? So confused.
Dude, lock the fucking doors. Well, good stream, guys.